to, and hello, every pony. Today, I have with me Screwy. He's the blue pone. Say hi, Screwy.
Hello. Hi, Screwy.
And we have the lovely and talented singer, Sweetie Bloom.
I am not that talented, woman, but hi.
Yes, you are. And we're supposed to have AntonyC with us, but sadly not hear from him yet. Hopefully he will wake up and join us.
Here's hoping.
Yeah.
Last time we heard from him was it was his 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oof.
So it's like, gosh darn it, go to bed.
Yeah, that's hashtag time zones.
Yeah.
They're a bit of a challenge, but at the same time, I'm happy it's able to work with it so that people can meet up or talk at least.
Yeah.
Hello, Wishy. Hi, Frasier. Thank you for hosting.
Uh-oh. Sounds like Drinking Buddy needs to go to bed.
Yeah, Drinking Buddy, go to bed.
Oh my god. I am currently in my daughter's room and it is an absolute wreck. So while I'm here, I might as well clean it.
Aw.
That's work home dad. Multitasking all the way.
Like, she doesn't just take the thing out that she wants. She takes the bin and dumps it.
Ah.
The entire bin. On the floor.
Yeah, I can't judge. My parents had this philosophy they thought would work of oh yeah, well, we're not gonna clean your room, you have to clean it yourself. But they very much underestimated my ability to live in a complete pigsty and be perfectly content.
Why does that sound familiar?
Quantum physics for babies.
Yay!
I can read. We can actually do a reading of one of these. This is kind of. This is actually interesting. Here, hold on. I'm gonna turn my camera on here. Hello. Turn the camera around.
Hello.
If I can. How do I turn this thing around?
Turn around every now and
then. There's the button. Okay. So. We're going to read Quantum Physics for Babies.
Okay, am I going to show this on the stream?
Sure, if you want to.
Okay, give me 2 seconds. I'm going to put on the share of the Stuffy Wuffy.
Okay.
All the Stuffy Wuffies.
All the Stuffy Wuffies. Okay. I don't know what you do. I try the other one. Display capture, window capture. There you go. Window capture. Thank you. I needed that to write. Why are you not working? Me. Yeah. You are supposed to work, you know. British. There you go.
See, look at this. Look at this room.
Ooh.
She's 2, so, I mean...
Yeah, that's not bad for a 2-year-old, to be fair.
Yeah.
So... Let's see...
Where over the rainbow...
with all the toys... Wah! Okay.
Ponies fly!
It's gonna show...
See that's a
Son, I think we have.
That's the song that us mud ponies sing as we see them flying off in the air. Where over the rainbow, she flies.
So, just now you can start. I'm just gonna place our ponies around the screen where it's not showing the magnificent book of quantum physics for babies.
Quantum Physics for Babies. This is a ball. It's a nice little blue ball, happy, floating there, motionless. This is a ball of energy. This is another ball of energy.
Oh, and there's the munchkin.
I'm reading a book first, sweetie. This is a ball. This ball has no energy. All balls are made of atoms. That is your nightlight. These are neutrons. Look at those happy little those electrons floating around.
Physics time with Papa Screwy. You're welcome.
Yeah.
And protons. And electrons. An electron can be here. An electron can be here. Or even here. But an electron cannot be here. This is the nucleus.
Dun dun dun.
Or here. All electrons have energy.
They do?
An electron, this electron, the outermost electron, has the most energy.
Yeah.
The electron closest to the nucleus has the least amount of energy.
No.
There are no electrons with zero energy.
Because then they're tired.
This energy is quantized. An electron can take energy to jump from one valence to the next.
I like how you're editing how it's worded.
Yeah, I know. Shh. I know you can't find it. It's because it's getting washed, sweetie. But an electron must give off energy to fall down a valence shell. And this amount of energy is a quantum. You are now a quantum physicist.
Yay!
That is your quantum physics lesson of the day.
Yay!
Oh,
I think. Ooh, is that a pink dump truck? Nice.
That is a pink dump truck.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
What's pink dump truck say? It goes very fast. That's right. Vroom. There you go, sweetie pie. Go ahead. We're going to clean up your room after you're done.
Run, kiddo, run.
Yeah.
I was trying to be responsible.
You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man.
I'm never gonna become grown up. I'm gonna run and be with Peter Pan and the other lost kids.
You should hear me when I read How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I'm really good at that book.
Nice.
I must stop this Christmas from coming. But how?
Oh, awesome.
So how is everyone's week? What's going on in your world?
Yeah, well, like I was saying before the stream, we at work we had a couple people go on quarantine, so we were like crazy short staffed, so it was pretty stressful for a while there. But they came back this week, and it's been wonderful. And I left on time yesterday, and it was awesome.
Oh, we have a drinking buddy in the chat.
Drinking buddy, go to bed. You've been outed. Someone has outed you that you need rest. Okay. Well, get some rest. We appreciate you showing up. We'll go to bed.
I'm going to be the cool guy and say stay awake.
How dare.
Betrayal! Betrayal!
Stay awake. Ooh, another book. What are germs?
Oh, that's a poignant book for this day and age.
Right? You did? Good job, sweetie. So proud of yourself.
Oh.
We are potty training.
Yay!
Awesome.
Legs in, sweetie. No hitting.
A bee.
Legs in.
I totally agree.
You are dabbing. Dab on the haters.
Yes, we must has the beans because I don't have feelies. I don't have the feelies.
Oh, so he's got little Among Us.
Little Among Us beans since I don't have any foals.
Seems like
Chris, you're in Sweden land, right? Or is it Norway?
I'm in the northern way.
Northern way.
Hey.
It used to have the coolest ride at Epcot. Now it's frozen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Norway to me had the coolest ride. It was called Maelstrom. And now it's just a frozen ride. Frozen the movie, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong, Frozen the ride is good. Just Maelstrom was better. It was more unique. It was more unique.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, okay. Unfortunately, unique isn't as marketable.
No.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any money.
I mean, I get it, Disney, but
betrayal.
But what the hell, brah? And I say, what the hell, Disney, as I play with another piece of the frozen little people thing on the floor here.
Well, we're gonna have double chifundo because chifundo.
Look at this.
Floof.
Yeah, all the floof. Flufundo.
I like it.
Why is he calling you Miss Potts?
Oh, it's the thing. I'm Miss Potts. He's Mr. Kettle. But basically, Pot calling the kettle black.
Oh.
You alright there, sweetie? Oh. That's a bell. Yeah. That's you.
Ah. Yes, Rotvik.
So,
there is a post. No, sorry. I'll just say yes, Rotvik. There is one imposter among us. We will never know who, though. What were you saying, sweetie?
Oh yeah, I was just so I'm Miss Potts, he's Mr. Kettle, because there's a phrase that says the pot calling the kettle black, which is basically you're criticizing someone else for something that you yourself do, type of thing.
Is this an American thing or?
It is. It's an American phrase, yeah. So.
Okay.
Yeah, it's basically the idea that a pot is black and a kettle is black. So if a pot calls a kettle black, it's like, yeah, so are you, type of thing. So, I'll get on his case for not taking care of himself, and then he's like, yeah, are you taking care of yourself? I was like, shut up.
Nope. Not gonna say anything about that.
That's not the point, sir.
And no worries, Snowy. We just started, but thank you so much for dropping by, and thank you for the follow. Yay! Following the butterflies. Yay! It's important.
Follow the butterflies. Follow the butterflies. Whee!
They're definitely not gonna lead you deep into the forest.
Yep.
Whee. Well, there's a lot about that nowadays. I heard the vaccine has come to America.
Yeah, it's currently, depending on what state is what level you're at. Over here, I think the healthcare workers and people in retirement homes are getting the vaccine, and now we're at the level of people over 65 and essential workers are getting the vaccine. I could probably see if I'm eligible for the vaccine. It's hard to say. Because, on the one hand, one of my coworkers said that vet techs are part of the wave and I could get it, but county employees are not, and I'm a vet tech for the county, so I don't know which I fall under.
Yeah. So, I just Drummer Shy, hi. How are you? Drummer Shy was on last Sunday's Chill and Chat, and we had quite a lot of music-related questions then.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So hopefully we can do with other Brony musicians as well someday in the future. You also had.
Do you have Among Us?
I have Among Us, yes.
We could stream in Among Us in a little bit.
Yeah, after the Chill and Chat, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Sweetie Bloom, do you have Among Us?
No. No one's ever asked me to play, so I haven't played.
Well, excuse you. You are herewith invited, so get the game. Thank you.
Okay. Yay! I hear there's a mobile version, right?
Yeah, there. Dusky. Hello. Yeah, there is a mobile version as well.
Yeah. You can do mobile version, and it'll work just fine. Like it'll cross-platform into the what do you call it? The adult version, the PC version.
Yeah.
Cool.
The only thing, unless you have the proximity chat on the unless you have the proximity chat already installed on your computer, we would probably need to make a call on Discord so that we can talk when the meeting itself starts, especially if I'm gonna stream it.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, I tried playing it without be able to talk, but that it loses a lot of the, let's say, flair and color text of the game itself. Because half the game is about, like, no, I'm totally not the evil killer, hum.
Yeah.
So, I saw we got a few questions. Let's see. Okay, Final Sight has this tradition of making sure that my Pony OC has a sponsor every time. By that, he means, well, you already know, sweetie, you've been on one where he did that. So basically replacing my cutie mark with the sponsor.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
For now, by Amazon.
Yeah. I would say for now we don't have a sponsor. Let's see where the call goes.
Sponsored by Frozen.
Oh my gosh. Oh boy. Do I need to sing Let It Go now?
Yes.
No. No.
That wouldn't bother me.
I don't know the song. I would need to learn the song first. Let's see. There was another question. I already answered. He didn't miss anything. Sure. Snowy Motorcycle asks Sweetie Bloom, how is your day?
It was pretty good. I have the day off, so I was able to go grocery shopping and stuff. So yeah.
Nice. Okay, so Duskflare and Ayan are starting to talk about sponsorship and Amazon, and I think you explained this to me once about sugar dads.
Sugar daddy, yes, I tried to explain the concept. It's someone who pays for things for someone. The traditional aspect of a sugar daddy is like an older guy who takes like a young hot girlfriend and like pays for everything that she wants, and he's her sugar daddy. Is how the general stereotype is. At this point, people use the term sugar daddy to just mean someone who's, sponsoring you in certain ways. So they're kind of playing a little loosey-goosey with the definition.
Yeah, okay, because the original definition, I do not want anything like that. No, thank you.
Yeah.
No. I have a boyfriend, which I love very, very much, and I do not, no, and I don't think I fit the description qualities either, so that's okay. I think I'm safe.
Sure yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No.
He's very lucky to have you, and I ship it.
Do you ship me with the sugar daddy, or do you ship me with my dearest?
Yes.
don't. No. No. No, thank you. No. I told people before I don't really feel comfortable being shipped with ponies or other than my dearest because I am weird and social anxiety, I guess.
All right, fine. I ship the canon pair.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I will let you know if there is any juicy information about the shipping you like.
Yeah, please do.
Yes, I will.
I remember a friend of mine, like, he got a girlfriend and I didn't hear about it for a while, which is understandable. You know, sometimes people forget to mention, oh yeah, haven't I told you, I've been dating this person for 3 months. No. But then I got pissy at him. I was like, oh, you've got a girlfriend. That's so cool. I was like, yeah, so we're engaged. He's like, whoa, wait one gosh darn minute. You can't get engaged and not tell me. That's a much bigger piece of news you should have told me about.
Like, excuse you? Where did I not get my update?
Why? Where was my newsletter?
It's just like, I subscribed to you.
Right? It's like, I'm following you on Twitter. Where was my juicy shipping nonsense?
Okay. No, I will not sing Dusk. I do not know the songs, and no. Me. Yes, they're having fun in chat. That's very good. Snowy Motorcycle asks, do I or Sweetie Bloom have TikTok?
No.
I don't have either, especially when I heard what the app itself does to your mobile phone. So I'm never getting TikTok. Me.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah, like it gets.
Oh, I most definitely have a TikTok.
You do? Well, please share it in chat.
Are you kidding me?
I don't know.
I have too much silliness to. Oh, jeez, doggies have been outside.
Uh-oh.
Come on, dogs.
Uh-oh.
Come on.
And yes, Dusk Flare is amazing. And like 5 minutes before the sound check today for this stream, I was looking frantically for a play ball for the ponies to have to kick around themselves because I couldn't find one. And she's just like, does this work? And then I was like, yeah, that worked, but it has a lot of stuff in it and I can't get rid of it. And then she drew the ball from scratch and made a transparent background, so she saved my life. Yay! Nice. Thank you.
Thank you, Dusk Flare.
Yee, awesome. Yeah, just like, you gave her the ball. Yeah, I will make you up.
Ball is in your court now. Ha ha
ha. Yeah, I think the Home Alone dad, yep, he went out to catch the dog. So Aeon asked, Chris, what are all of your favorite things to cook? All of my favorite things to cook?
All of them.
Oh boy. Well, if you know me, as some of you do, cooking is not my skill, you can say. I am very bad at cooking, but luckily, after I started eating more and more vegan, I was able to relax a lot more. No, I do not cook the cheese because I can't eat the cheese because I'm lactose intolerant.
You're not missing anything. Cheese is gross.
Yeah. But a lot of other people liked cheese, and that's okay. I hope they enjoy it.
Oh, I wholeheartedly disagree. Now, wait a minute. Now, I completely understand on the basis of a moral choice. Go sit in your seat, Ollie. I completely understand on a moral basis for cheese and meat. Totally understand. But I love cheese. And I love meat.
That's...
You couldn't get me to give up meat. Now, specifically on TikTok, there's a person who is not a great person. They're known as that vegan teacher or the vegan teacher or whatever. And they are, I think the best way to describe them is a militant vegan.
That means?
Meaning, they have said, because you're not vegan, you're going to hell.
Ah, there's one of those aggressive ones. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The aggressive to the point of dangerous.
So pass. Okay. Yeah. Just to clarify, of course, when I know how cheese is made, I feel horrible. And I know there is, like, if you buy organic vegan, no, or I think it's organic they call it, organic cheese, they usually let the baby calf go with the mother, and they just take whatever milk is on the side so that the baby has enough. But they still take whatever's left. And I think that's a lot better than just taking the baby away and the other stuff I've seen that happens in other countries like America and still here in Norway, some places.
I understand. I completely understand.
Yeah. So I'm just saying for me myself. That's why I'm saying if you buy that type of cheese and like meat where the animal has been treated well and killed in as painless way as possible, for me personally, then it's okay that you enjoy cheese, you enjoy meat, because at least you're doing what you can to make it at least better for them while you still can enjoy. But for me, I never liked the taste of meat. I can't have milk, and I never liked cheese anyway. So for me, I'm happier without it. Yeah.
I don't drink milk. I feel better when I don't. I do enjoy almond milk.
Yeah, I love almond milk
and coconut water. Almond milk and coconut water.
Yeah, I don't like coconut because it's such a strong flavor, but I really like almond milk. But the fascinating thing about that, if it's okay, I continue on this subject a little bit.
Yeah, please do.
Is that most females, after a certain age of their kid, they actually naturally stop producing milk. But there are still some that continues to produce milk when their child is still breastfeeding. But humans are the only animal that drinks another animal's milk for almost their entire life. And that's so messed up.
Naturally speaking, humans should be lactose intolerant once they've been weaned off of their mother's breast. We're the only animal who continues to consume lactose after being weaned.
Yeah.
So actually those who aren't lactose intolerant are actually mutants.
Yeah.
That's how one of my professors put it, that if you aren't lactose intolerant, then you're a mutant, and that technically as a human you should be lactose intolerant once you've been weaned off of your mother's breast.
Worst X-Men ever.
High five, Screwy. High five. Yeah. Oh, that was a little.
That is the lamest mutation ever.
But no,
I'm lactose man.
But again,
with the power to drink milk.
I mean that's because I personally just don't like the taste of cheese. It's not about being lactose intolerant, but I do whenever someone gets on my case about how can you not like cheese. I'm like, it's fermented bovine lactation.
Yeah.
Why are you eating it?
But again,
because I'm kinky like that.
Screwy.
Lol.
Why? Do I need to remind you guys that this is considered family friendly?
I'm a bad
You're
person.
just making innuendos.
But like I said, as long as you do what you can to at least make sure the animals has been treated fairly as possible, I am okay with you enjoying your stuff.
Yeah, I will say that's why I prefer, when it comes to cheese, I prefer Amish-made cheese. Because, excuse you, rude. I prefer Amish-made cheeses because they literally baby these cows better than any other cows because it's their entire livelihood.
Yeah, that's nice.
If you have to have cheese, pick a Amish-made cheese.
Yeah, that sounds good because like the issue I have is there's a lot of mismarketing when it comes to agriculture because you mentioned taking the baby away, but the calf is still drinking the mother's milk. They're still taking the milk from the mother cow and giving it to the calf. They're just giving it in a sterile bottle so that the calf is not getting diseases that they would get by drinking directly from their mother's teat. And the way that cows have been developed over the centuries, most animals, they have enough teats that match the number of children they usually have. Humans, for instance, we have 2 because generally twins are the maximum that humans typically give birth to.
Yep.
So a lot of animals. But a cow literally can't have more than 1 calf at a time. If they have twins, there's a good chance that the calves and the mother will die before they're able to give birth. But they have 4 teats. As such, they're basically producing 4 times the amount of milk than that 1 calf needs because of the way that humans have bred them to do exactly that, so we can take the milk from them. Now, what a lot of places do is there are laws in place to make sure that the cattle are treated well. Things like making sure that there isn't any unnecessary suffering when they're slaughtered and things like that. But the thing is, there are a lot of places who either don't pay attention to the law, who find loopholes in the law, and even some places that claim to be, we're so high and mighty, blah, 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 they actually have found other loopholes to be worse.
Yeah, sadly.
The biggest example of this is not so much with cows, but actually with chickens. They'll say, oh, it's free range. The problem is with caging chickens, there's actually a restriction on how big the cage has to be for a chicken. There is not a restriction of how many chickens you need in a square footage of free range. So when they have those pictures of all those chickens on top of each other, that is free range. That is what free range is, because they're not in individual cages. There is no parameter for how many chickens you need in a particular space. So when you get free range eggs, they're actually more abusive than the non-free range ones. So, you have to be really careful about, agriculture and marketing and that whole thing. And sorry for going on a spew. I do have a degree in agricultural science.
Best place, the tastiest eggs. If you're of the egg persuasion, the best place to get eggs are from, you go to just drive down a country road. Invariably, there will be people with eggs, $1 a carton, which more often than not are way cheaper than anything you get in the store, and they are way tastier if you're of that persuasion. They have a richer flavor to them, and the eggs that you would get at a corner, driving down a country road, they're going to have better flavor, better nutrients. The chickens are going to be better cared for because the people actually treat them like members of the family.
Yeah, so, they get proper food and not just what do you guys call it? Power grain or something?
It's like feed. It's
feed, yeah.
Power. It's like high density feed.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like when they actually get proper seeds, they get things that are different, and they get variation, bugs, all this good stuff.
Speaking of cows, here's my 2 greyhounds who just happen to look like little cows.
Aww, so cute, the puppies.
And they are both. They are letting me know that they are hungry.
Yeah. Feed us.
Feed them as well. I will feed them as I speak to you.
Scurry, you have a mission because pictures of puppers are required.
Yes.
Pictures of I have plenty of pictures of puppers.
Yeah, then you better start sending.
Let me first get their food in their gullets. Oh. The problem is, normally for dinner I give them their normal kibble, but I also give them a little bit of extra meat.
Yay! That's good.
Yeah.
But we are out of meat, and I know they're going to be
sad.
I know they're going to be little
grumpy puppies.
Yeah,
they're going to be grumpy about it. So
where is my meat, human?
I have this Costco hot dog that they can have. I know it's not the best of meat, but
meat is
it's
meat.
a treat.
Yeah. Gonna say, it's like we had an agreement, human. You feed me and I am cute.
Yes, that is our agreement. Like, you could also give them boiled rice. You can give them different type of vegetables. That's also good for them, but you of course need to check which type of vegetables you are supposed to give.
Yeah.
That's also good for them.
These are former racing greyhounds. They are retired from their their greyhound life, from their racing life, for a couple of reasons. One, the female, she was lazy.
Sounds like the smart one.
That sounds, yeah. When she ran, she never ran. I think the exact quote was, "No effort." She ran, she just didn't run to win. So she got retired. The older one, Deputy, the small one, the female, her name is Minnie, and we have the tall one, Deputy. He was a champion racer. He actually was running up until February of last year.
People want pictures of puppers.
Oh, okay.
They are demanding pupper pictures.
Let me get this food in their bowls so that they don't leave me be.
But yeah, we also have.
And the older one, the Deputy, he still runs faster than Minnie does. He's ready to run whenever, and if the front door is open, he will run off into the
night.
What do you call it? Yeah.
Bye.
Okay. Oh, your water bottle's over there, sweetie. Over here. Okay, hold on. Let me.
Duskflared asked also, moral basics for not eating cheese. What do you mean?
Okay, so I understand like the moral objection to eating cheese. It's how you get the milk. I understand why people don't. I don't have that moral objection, and that's a personal choice. My love for dairy products, ice cream, cheese. What's that, sweetie? You want to bounce in the bounce house? Bounce house is having a rest today, sweetie. Let me switch over to desktop.
You guys have a bounce house?
Yes. Hold on. Let me switch over to desktop so that it's or I could just leave it right here and share pictures
screen?
that way. Yeah, I can share. Well, here, show you the bounce house. So turn it on. This is the bounce house deflated.
It's gonna show.
Yeah, the bounce house is deflated. It has a blower that's right over here, hose right into here, and it goes. It's actually not that expensive. It was $200 for the bounce house with the blower, and delivered $200. So they have their own. Those are handles, and I mean, it's great. I mean, we're in the middle of coal country, Pennsylvania, so it's like we have to pick our. Okay, so chat show. I should probably. I'm gonna drop it in the Discord chat here. Let's see. All right. How to do that? Let's see.
Well, or you can put on the camera again, and you can just show.
Oh no! I have better pictures.
Got good pictures of the puppers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pictures. I have better pictures of puppers. Oh, I have a video. What's that, sweetie? Oh, the bike's dead. The train's dead. Oh, okay. Well, we'll fix that in a little bit. Let's see. Imager. Right. Go to there. Posts. There we go. First we have a copy video address. We have a puppers who was complaining that he's hungry, but he had already had his allotment of food for the day. If you click on the link, if you click on the link, it'll go over and you'll be able to hear the complainingness of the dog.
It's not showing up for me.
On Discord, there's a imager link.
Ah, now it goes.
and then you when it goes over to Imager, there's a little speaker button in the video box. Just
yeah,
click
it's
that
working
and it'll
now.
make sound.
He's having a grump.
Yeah, he's.
Oh, very much a grump, because I wouldn't. I gave him food, and it was not enough food, so he was like, meh. Now here are some more images of how gracefully he sleeps.
Oh, adorable.
Oh, beautiful.
That's an adorable pupper.
And that's the male. The male likes to sleep on his back. The female, Minnie, she does not. She likes to sleep very nicely and daintily as a normal dog does. He does not.
She's a lady.
He is a special kind of doggo.
Oh, he's a boy. He's a boyo. Just having fun. Now I'm gonna share this image of doggo. I'd like you to trace the spine. Okay, is it the cat spine basically?
Where's the head?
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's a cat.
He is part cat.
Yeah.
Nice.
I
feel like that could be one of those like spiral things.
Yep. One of those perfect.
Yeah.
Oh God, what it's called? Yeah.
Whatever they're called, we know them.
The golden ratio. There we go. The golden ratio.
The golden ratio. Yeah, golden ratio dog.
But when it comes to doggos, yeah, adopt a greyhound if you can, because the racetrack that he was racing at closed down due to COVID, and all the they said, we will never financially recover from this, so we're closing down, and all the dogs needed to they all needed to get placed. Florida, here in the States, actually closed down all of their greyhound tracks, and something like 15,000 dogs had to get placed in homes, and every single one of them got a home.
Yeah.
So just all these dogs had to go find they had to find places for these dogs, and of course we were going to help out. So this dog came from Alabama. The Minnie came from South Carolina, I think it was.
Can we have a picture of Minnie?
Oh, sure. Let me see if I have one of Minnie here. Let's see. View all. See, I don't know if I have one specifically of Minnie, but I might have one of them zooming around in the backyard.
Zoomies.
Zoomies are fun.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Let me upload that to Imager really fast, because I will say Imager is one of the best sites, because they don't charge you anything for hosting your videos.
Yeah, I will fully say it when you're like, I'll just put this video in Discord. I was like, oh no, Discord doesn't let you. And then like, oh, you found the loophole.
Dun dun dun.
Because I've tried sending videos to people. It's like, look at this cute thing that this dog did at work. And then Discord's like, lol, we don't send videos.
I forgot. Since I'm sharing the screen, I can't look at other conversations on Discord.
Hold on. Oh, these are some great pictures. Hold on. I'm gonna upload these pictures first, and then the video of Zoomies.
Yay!
Right.
Here is something I don't usually do. Would you guys mind if I let 2 others into the stream?
Yeah, sure. Sure, no problem.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
They are very nice people, so they don't do it. They're not scary.
Okay.
Yes, I would not let them in if they were scary.
Okay.
Here's first image of them together. Paste. And here is other image of them together.
Hello.
Hi.
Okay. Hi.
Oi.
Now I get.
Oh, the babies.
Oh.
Oh, the little babies.
Oh, there's an echo.
Forgive the stuff everywhere.
You'd have to mute your video you were watching a second ago.
Oh.
Hello,
yes.
hello, Claire. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Sorry I've been busy lately. It is good to be with you again.
It's all good. I've been busy too, so can't
Hey,
complain.
sweetie.
Good.
Been a while.
Oi.
Pupper has missed you.
What's the term? It's been a minute. Something these.
Yeah, it's been a minute. Yeah, it's been a hot second.
It's been since Arizona, outside of our text chats.
Also, hi. Nice to meet you, Screeless.
Nice to meet you.
Hello.
Hello.
It sounds like you have puppers and children. That or your
I
puppers
do have
learn
puppers
to
and
talk.
children.
Best things in life.
Maybe this one might. Yep, too
Yes,
big. Okay.
yes, Final Sight. I am feeling better.
Yay.
Thank you for asking.
Also, something I said in the chat, but now I can say in person. I love her little lamb chops, the doll that's in the dog picture.
Oh, yeah.
I have not thought of lamb chops play along in many, many years.
Lamb chops play along.
Oh gosh.
No, I thought of I was looking at that one picture of like the one where you said try and find her spine, and I'm just like, oh, dog exe is not working. Loading cat.
Load cat instead. Load cat backup.
Yep.
I mean, of
Installed
all the
cat
dog
OS
breeds,
on dog.
greyhounds and whippets are very cat-like.
I wouldn't
Besides
know.
the fact that they love them. Sorry?
I was gonna say I wouldn't actually know. I don't know.
I would not choose an Italian greyhound, only because they're so small that they break themselves. They forget that they're small.
Yeah, yeah,
is
that
the
happens
problem.
a lot. Dachshunds do that
I
a
will
lot
be right
too.
back. I'm getting a call in from my wife. I will be right back.
Good luck.
Okay, waifu is important.
Yeah, wifey is important.
Yeah.
Oh, we have a question from Noah. Question for Sweetie Bloom and AntonyC, who sadly is not in chat.
Yes, I've poked him, but he's probably still sleeping.
Yeah, we need to give him like a walkie-talkie or something so we can just start yelling stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have his cell number, mainly because I'd probably break my my cell phone plan to call Australia.
Yeah.
Should we give him a satellite phone?
Ooh.
Anthony, it doesn't matter where you are, your friends will find you. Pick up the phone.
Maybe when he did come to America, like back in 2017, I was like, yeah, and then you'll have a cell phone, and I can annoy you on the cell phone when I need to know where you're at. Yeah. But like, we couldn't get his SIM card to work. It was so annoying. So basically, I ended up having to Twitter message his friend in order to know wherever the heck he was. It's like, where are you at? Gosh darn it. It was so annoying.
One way we got around that, this can be a life hack if they still have their phone, period, is if you have like a Discord or WhatsApp, we had a lot of foreign friends at a few of the BronyCons, so we just threw us all into one room. So instead of worrying about SIM cards and SMS, we just Discord each other. So if we want to know where one was, you just check the room and it'd be like, oh, hey, I'm in the game room.
Yeah, but like that was sort of what we did, except with Twitter. But the problem is, of course, that only worked if he was by Wi-Fi.
Right. All right, because he can't use the towers without blowing a hole in his bank account. Yeah. Oof.
Well, he can't use the towers at all. If he doesn't have a SIM card, he can't use his phone data. So he would have to be connected to Wi-Fi. So it would only apply if he was somewhere with Wi-Fi and he connected to Wi-Fi, which is a level of forethought that Anthony probably wasn't really on. No, actually, he honestly was on the when he was
on Sweetie. Oh no.
Yeah. Oh dear. Kinky.
Tiny.
I mean, sure. Oh no.
Aww. Have a little Lucy crown.
Oh darn! It's been forever since I've been called that.
The Lucy Goosey.
Oh no!
Didn't I? Yes, I did.
Did what?
The adorable Dusty.
Actually, Chris, can I request something?
Can I?
Oh.
Oh no!
Yes. We
I'll
both
just wait
have
to
pony
this.
heads. Yeah.
I was gonna say, can you put a little Aeon hat on everyone? Because everyone deserves some Aeon.
Yeah. Let's see. I know I have another image of your OC. Aeon.
But now Screwless is the only one without a crown.
Yeah, that's why he gets
Yes,
the other
he's
Aeon.
Yeah,
That
like
or
he's
put
got
Antony.
You could put Antony on his head. Oh, it's a mother
horse.
Yes.
It's
Because
all
he
thematic
has,
with children.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's why I did it. See, it's awesome. So we also have a lot of questions like, how are you feeling, Aeon? Hey, Aeon, what's up? What's up, Aeon? Aeon, how is your day?
You have a fanboy, dearie.
Oh, it's three different people.
A bunch of fanboys.
Yeah. I am fine. I am better than my last Twitter update. Which is good. Not that it was like I know people are asking me how I'm fine. It really wasn't nearly as big of a deal. I just posted it for the meme and that it did happen. Although it's a bit of a funny. Oh, I hear someone.
Baby,
there is a young someone.
I detect people.
I detect children. They are tiny beings.
A small human has been detected.
Anyway, sorry about that.
It's okay. I needed
to. When you guys say that, it sounds like the child catcher.
Yeah. No, you're good. I just want to say. I remember that.
You were saying.
Yeah.
I'll put it like this. I was giggling with the medic at Amazon's AmCare unit. It's their in-house medical thing. I technically, and technically by I mean literally, had to go to AmCare because I broke a nail on the machine.
What?
Now I know that sounds. No, it sounds silly on concept, but it broke. It didn't end up being anything like serious because I was worried it would become serious.
Mm-hmm.
So even though it's one of those things where it's like you get a scratch and you're just like, this seems like something pathetically minor, and yet I have to see the medic about it.
Yeah.
So I broke a nail and went to see the medic because it broke into like the sensitive part.
Oh,
yeah.
So I'm just like, so I'm like, oh wait, most of the objects I'm lifting are dusty, and if anything happens, I can't leak onto product because that's a sanitary issue. So
yeah, I'm just like, when did Dusky start working at Amazon?
Oh no, yeah, no, she's leaking. Yeah, no, she might bleed out of my fingernail. It's a magic summoning trick. So I had to run down to the medic and be like, okay, this is gonna sound real stupid, but I need to put like something over this so I don't get dust, and it's thankfully not bleeding. They coded me out for the time, so I didn't have to explain any of this to my supervisor because I'm just like, I hope I don't have to explain this to her. Good God.
Well, I need to finish the question for Sweetie Bloom.
Yeah, I realized that too. I'm like, I went off about how hard Antony is to contact, and we never actually got to the question.
Yeah, that was how my day was.
So, Noah, thank you for being patient. Thank you for your patience. Patience. Okay, he asks, or Noah. Yeah, Noah's a male. Male name.
Generally, yes.
Yes.
Who would you ship in the Brony community and TF2 things I still can't pronounce?
Analysis
anarchy.
Analysis.
There you go.
Me and Pyro.
There you go.
I mean, who wouldn't want to be shipped with Pyro? Pyro is fucking adorable. Sorry, Pyro is adorable.
Who is?
Yes,
I think they
Ellie...
mean the pony.
Ellie and Tyne-Daga. Ellie and Tyne-Daga are the other two. And I'm not gonna lie, Tyne-Daga. Ellie's a friend, but Tyne-Daga is precious. Give him a cookie.
Yes.
All Canadians a cookie. We deserve it.
I boop him, and then he flips over, and then I give him a cookie.
Yeah.
I know.
Although apparently he transitioned and didn't tell me he went from a caribou to a white-tailed deer. Now I can't make fun of him for being a caribou.
Aww.
The one thing I would always do is like, I would get on his case because caribou shed their antlers in the winter.
Oh.
But male caribou shed their antlers in the winter. Females don't. So I'd make fun of him or castrated males don't.
Oh,
so I would always
no.
make fun of him that like, you always seem to have your antlers on. What are you trying to imply?
Hi, Doggo, you poor soul. How could you let them do this to you?
Oof, dog.
They took away part of you, but they can't take away your soul.
I'd like to point out, I would like to point out, castration only implies that they can't have kids. They can't have kids. They can still have a good time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I know, but like most of the time when people think about it, they think about it in the medically gruesome way.
And
well, that's called being.
I literally do it every day. It's not that gruesome.
No. When I say the medically gruesome way, I mean like I want to keep it safe for Chris, but you know what I mean. Like more like
the correct term is eunuch.
The correct term is
okay.
ouch.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's. Okay. Imagine if Doom Guy was charged with doing it. That was the metaphor I was going to use.
Oh,
yeah, I mean, well, I don't know. I it just sort of gets under my goat because that's the reasoning people use for not altering their animals, and then they go off to have puppies that no one has homes for, and so like 13 puppies get dropped off at a shelter and they get distemper and parvo and they die and and all this crap that I have to see at the shelters because I don't want him to lose his manhood. It's like, bruh, I have seen neutered dogs be the horniest little SOBs of the world. Like, don't tell me they don't have a drive because they've got one. The thing is,
what do they think the vasectomy is?
Yeah, it's like they just can't father the children that you wouldn't be able to take care of anyway.
Yeah.
Right. No, my family does have a puppy. We call him Arthur. He's a hyperactive boy. I forget his breed. He's okay. You know the lady from Lady and the Tramp? He's that breed.
Cocker
Spaniel. Yes. Oh,
well,
okay.
Cocker Spaniel. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a spaniel of sorts. But yeah, no, he has gotten that, and yeah, no, he still has a drive.
Yeah, I mean, so that's the thing. When I don't know, it gets under my nerves when people like, they're less of a man for being neutered. No, they're not. They just can't have kids that they wouldn't want, that you don't want to take care of anyway.
Yeah, the same with cats. Lazy. Sorry.
Yeah, cats too, exactly.
Yeah, because they are.
There's some sort of social commentary in there, but we're just gonna.
I'm gonna be honest. Working at a shelter long enough, I think we should normalize human neutering. I'm just saying, if you don't want kids, there's a way to make sure you don't.
I have 2 children. Here's the thing. Okay, so here's my mentality. I have 2 kids. I was formerly in medical school. I have a master's degree. My wife is a physician. She has a master's degree. We have 2 kids, a female and a male. Well, biologically female and male. We won't get into gender because they're only 4 and 2. So,
early for them.
Yeah. And the thing is, I feel the social compulsion to have 10 more kids to offset the number of, let's say, individuals who don't care if they have kids or not, and end up having 10 kids,
having a whole bunch,
but didn't graduate high school.
Right.
I feel the genetic drive to increase our species' chance.
Well, an easy way to do that is adopt the children of those unfortunates
that are abandoned by the teenagers who got laid in high school. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because there is a social component. There's absolutely an environmental component to raising kids.
Yeah, and that's also one of the reasons why I want to adopt if I'm gonna have kids. Is because there is a lot of kids already in this world that needs a good home, instead of making a new one that needs a new good home as well.
Yeah,
not a new.
Nothing against those who do the traditional, biological family. That's all well and good too.
Yeah.
And for me, first of all, I'd have to be a heck of a lot more financially stable than I am, so that's a far off dream right now.
That's fair. That's very fair. Need to be able to take care of it before you get it.
Yeah, and also a factor of it for me is that I don't have nearly as much confidence in my genetics as Screw does. Like I very much am like, oh no, We don't need more of my genes on the planet. No, no, no.
Yeah, I feel quite the same. I feel quite the same because with me, we have the family trouble of the gallbladder. I think it is in English.
Gallbladder?
Yeah, the gallbladder. Trouble with that one. And me, myself, we also have mild autism and ADHD.
That's no reason not to have children.
No, but
No,
that's
yeah.
something
That's gonna make
I
it hard
feel,
for you, though.
Yeah, I feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, it doesn't make it easy, yeah.
No
and
worries.
the thing is,
Yeah.
my dearest have what is called a cluster migraine.
Oh yeah, no, those are.
Yeah,
no.
we do not know if that one is
Inheritable.
the kid. Yeah, we don't know if the kid will get
It's
it.
hereditary, yeah.
Yeah. So we're unsure if it would be fair to the kid to get a biological child.
Yeah.
So that's also...
I can get that. In my case, it's less a biological grab bag, although my impressive family history of cancer is probably not something to be swept aside. But actually, for me, it's more self-esteem being a problem. Like I mean, not to get too personal, but like in my own home life growing up, if you don't like yourself, and then you have a miniature version of yourself that you're supposed to be taking care of, there can be a lot of unintentional hate. Yeah, there could be a lot of unintentional hatred that you are, and especially if that child is a product of a union that was painful as well. Then there's a lot of like psychological trauma that's then transferred onto the kid, and that is something I like. Biological stuff I don't worry about as much as the psychological trauma that I would far more likely put on a biological child than I would on someone who doesn't have my genetics.
If I'm allowed to speak bluntly and freely to you, Sweetie Bloom.
Sure.
I think you would be a good mother. Because you are doubting yourself that you would be a good one. But at the same time, you're working at the shelter. You're able to be generous and kind to your friends. Like, you're already acting like a mother to, well, hint, hint, drinking buddy.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm a maternal figure in the Brony community, and honestly, most of the time I get shoved aside in the Brony community because nobody wants to be reminded that they're not taking care of themselves properly. And that's how I imagine any future children would treat me. You know, it's like you do, it's like, shut up, Mom, I don't want to hear about how you care about me and you don't like my choices because I'm hurting myself. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want you around.
That's mostly in the teenage years, though.
Yeah, but a lot of the kids that I'm supposedly raising in the Brony community are in their late 20s and 30s, and they're still in that phase.
Well, I mean, people need to grow in their own way as they need in their own time limit, as they say. But the thing is, I do think you would be, if I'm allowed to say it, at least a decent mother. You would do what is needed. You would give the child a good starting stats, as we say in the gamer community. And if you ever chose to be a mother, either biological or adoptive, I think that child will be very lucky. Your turn, Aeon.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you have a. I remember I made that comparison to you like years ago because you did help me through a very, very difficult time. If you remember, 6 years ago, at this point.
Like that. Yeah.
Yeah, we've known each other for over 6 years. Whoa.
I know, right?
Wait,
I think about that every time I think about like Nightmare Night 2014. I'm like, that was so long ago.
Right? No, I think you were, because I met you in the first Rift, and if that was true, then at the earliest I could have met you would have been like late 2013, and then I think back to how long ago that is. I'm like, that was 8 years ago.
Right? Yeah.
Now we've been talking about all this really positivity. I'm gonna say something as somebody who has 2 children.
Oh boy.
I understand why lions eat their young.
Oh, well,
I will fully say I nannied my nephew for the first 2 years of his life. So yeah, that was fun. I draw back to that. It's like, oh yeah.
I'm gonna see if I can pull this off now.
I will say nothing because I have no children nor younger siblings.
There are sentences that I don't think I would ever need to tell somebody. One moment, please.
Speaking of children.
Uh-oh.
For example, no, Oliver, you can't stop looking at your sister's butt. No, because I mean they're 4-year-old. They're curious about everything, and it's just like, no.
Yeah, no, bad, sit. Yeah.
No.
Dogs are so much easier than kids.
I know.
Yeah, you just get the hose.
Yeah.
Oi då. Oi då.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I remember I had a Zoom call with my sisters. Both of my sisters have like 4 or 5-year-olds in their home, and we had a family Zoom for Easter. And I was like, oh, I've never been so happy to be aunt in my life because both my nephew and my foster niece were so high on sugar. Like, ooh.
Enjoy being an aunt. Enjoy being an aunt because you get to hop them up on sugar. You get to
and then drop them off at the parents' house.
Time out.
Okay.
Time out. Go.
We have a few questions. Noah asks, question for Sweetie Bloom. What is your super form in episode? Well, I think he asked what's your favorite of your super forms and episodes in the TF2 AA. I'm just gonna say.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, yours was, you had some of the best parts in the finale. I'm not gonna lie.
Did I? I never.
Do you want me to see Ada Ada?
Oh my god!
But I mean, like you were funny because on one hand you were like totally into your super form, and yet also you were like prodding at people who, like, what was it? Vector, who wasn't getting it. It's like, wait, you could have finished him off this whole time. You have not watched Magical Girls, have you?
Yeah. Yeah. Gee, I don't know. I mean, well, no. Okay, I think my favorite super form is still got to be Angry Bird Quill. So I need a plushie of that. He's so adorable.
Aww.
Why didn't they make plushies of that? I'd buy one so fast.
I need to get on his case. Like, make a plushie.
Yes. I need that plushie. I need the Doom flag. I need the continuity.
I need like 3 of them. I will take credit for the Doom flag.
Yeah,
it
nice.
is adorable.
Yeah,
no,
I
it
need
is.
one.
Bliss actually has one and slings it in Plushie Aeon's hat.
Plushie Aeon with his Doom.
Yes. If we do make super cool plushies, we should put one of those like little squeeze voice box thingies just to have a few lines because he does sound it. He sounds adorable when he's doing that.
He does. Freaking adorable, yes.
Yeah. But yeah, your favorite super form and your favorite episodes of the TF2.
Yeah. So Angry Bird Quill, definitely favorite super form because he's adorable. Favorite episode. This is my time to confess that I don't watch much of the series that I work so hard on. So I'm trying to even think of what the last episode was that I saw. Well, the last one I saw was my super form episode because I wrote it, so I kind of wanted to screen it and make sure it was okay. So yeah, let's go with that one. Let's pretend that's my favorite.
Okay, I'm gonna change the question. What was your favorite episode to work on? Except the one you were writing yourself.
Except the one I was writing myself. Well, see, that's kind of double standard there because I worked on in a sense I worked on all of them. In a sense that I made sure everyone got their lines in. I made sure everybody was on top of their tasks. I organized everything. As far as writing is concerned, I only participated in the ones that I wrote myself.
Okay.
So I didn't participate whatsoever in the writing of any of the other arcs, and how things were going, really. So,
okay,
I
of
guess
the ones you write, though.
Of the ones that, of all of the TF2 episodes I've been a part of, I've written 3 of them. and they're all ones that's particularly focused on my character.
Okay.
Of those, I would say actually my favorite is actually Lady of the Lander, and it actually has more to do with the fact that I actually co-wrote that one with Vector Brony. My Superform one, I sort of co-wrote with him, but not really. Like, he wrote the first part and I wrote the second part. But Lady of the Lander, we actually like got in a call together and talked about it and threw in some stuff. And actually, some of the jokes that I threw in the asking for the moon were actually jokes that we ended up cutting from our first video, but I threw into that one because I was like, but this is a good joke, but it doesn't fit here, so I made it fit in the other script. But I'll say Lady of the Lander is probably one of my favorites that I wrote. Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
It's not a question, but it's something I need to say. Final site. Imagine Sweetie mentally shipping her kids with their classmates.
There was a time I was watching like a Miraculous Ladybug, and there was like an episode where her parents, like, the main character.
We got a raid! No, wait.
Oh, raid!
You are raid! Woo! Thank you so much, C. Peture.
Captain Orange.
Captain Orange DE.
What is
Lippy Hearts, thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for the raid.
I haven't figured out how you do it, but I've seen people do it, where basically, if you end one stream, you can sort of dump everyone who's watching your stream into somebody else's stream.
Yeah.
Raid.
Basically,
okay,
what you're doing is when you are in the stream administration part of your what's it called? It's where you may change the settings and stuff, and there it's usually on the it's called the right side of your screen. You can have like register, strum info, make a clip, go commercial, and raid channel. So you click on that button, and then the people you follow, if they're alive, will come up, or you can search someone else.
If
they're
alive.
They are alive! Oh my gosh!
What about undead? Undead?
Undead raid coming. We need to fight off the zombies.
See, you say undead raid, and I'm thinking, is this like a zombified storage system?
Shadow Legends.
Raid Shadow Legends.
Oh boy.
Yep.
Exactly.
The new sponsor of Chris. You've made it big, Chris.
You've been sponsored.
That's
by Raid Shadow Legends. Is that even making it big anymore? Is that like it seems like everybody's sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends.
Final site, get on that. It's Raid Shadow Legends this
time. Yes.
We already have the frozen one.
Well, you can be multi-sponsored.
Oh,
you're just that big now.
Bye.
Have you ever? Would you mind if I brought in some NordVPN?
Huh? Excuse the coconut?
He's bringing in another sponsor, as far if I heard correctly.
Yeah. No, usually the people sponsored by Raid are also sponsored by NordVPN or some VPN, and also Dollar Shave Club is another one.
Or PIA. Oh, yeah. PIA is another one. Yep, leave it there, sweetie.
Why?
Ska vi se. We had another question. Snowy motorcycle. Question for Sweetie Bloom and Aeon. What is your favorite season? Do you mean season of year or season of My Little Pony?
Or season of food?
Oh yeah, we forgot to ask that. Yeah.
Seasoning.
I generally assume it was season of year. I feel like they'd specify if they meant MLP, but then maybe not.
He says both. Both favorite season of the year and favorite season of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. Go.
Good, great.
Okay. Do you want to go first, or should I go first?
You go first.
Okay. When I was young, it definitely was summer without question, because I enjoyed like the sense of freedom, and the beautiful green scenery, even if I wasn't fond of the heat. I know recently I've been missing winter, but I would have to say, if I'm back up north, it's autumn because of the scenery. And if I'm down here in the south, it kind of is winter because it's the only time when it isn't like over 100 degrees here.
God.
Yeah.
I'm in Texas, so it's like 100 degrees. Oh, I heard you like 100 degrees. No, I don't. Here's 100% humidity to go with it. Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna roast now.
Now, see, growing up in South Florida, it'll be 95 degrees at 100% humidity, but no rain. Zero rain.
How?
Right. Now, I was in South Florida at one point because I have family who live there, and something I do kind of enjoy about the weather down here is I actually do enjoy the freak Ragnarok level thunderstorms that you get down here.
Oh boy.
But okay. I suppose that's my favorite season. I suppose of the show, it's weird because my favorite episode is a Kieran tale, but I'll just say season 2, just because I had a lot of fond memories of season 2, and I had that sense of wonder was still there of discovering something new. So I will put on my nostalgia-tinted glasses, and I'll say that I'm probably going to remember the real answer later, and then get irritated that why didn't I say that, because that tends to happen with me. But I suppose those are my answers. Sweetie, how about you?
Ironically, pretty much the same answers. Yeah, nostalgia goggles for season 2. And yeah, my favorite season has always depended on where I lived. My favorite season in California was summer. My favorite season in England was spring. And my favorite season in Arizona is winter. And for similar reasons, that winter is the only time it's under 100 degrees. Instead of 112, which is, the standard for summer. So, yeah.
Okay. Ska vi se. Noah asks, questions for Aeon. What is your favorite magic lesson with Blissey?
I suppose my favorite one was Magic Lesson 2. And I think apparently most people seem to agree, because every time I speak to fans either at a convention, in comments, or in even streams like this, it is the most quoted thing I've ever been in, if I remember correctly.
Which one?
Because usually when you get fans, and Sweetie Boom, you might know this too from just being in projects, when people come up and they quote stuff to you. You try to figure out what your most popular thing is just by what people quote, and the most people have quoted a lot of stuff from Magic Lesson 2, and that's also where I unveiled Anne as the current character in Lesson 1, but it really came out in 2, and it was just really fun to do that, as well as all the visual gags and everything. I'll stick with that.
Okay.
Legit.
Ska vi se. Noah asks, questions for everyone. What is your favorite video game? Dun, 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 dun. I'm gonna go straight out and say, if I have to choose one, I would have to go with Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. It's the closest to my heart, and it's always fun to replay, no matter how much I have played through it.
That is a very, 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 very hard question. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna have 2 because they're drastically different games, and I'm gonna go with first Ocarina of Time, just for the storytelling aspect. And then I'm gonna split the other one between GoldenEye on N64.
Ooh.
And the original Halo Combat Evolved. Blood Gulch.
Yes!
Blood Gulch.
Yes! You're speaking my language, good man.
No, you've gotten everyone very, very excited. Sweetie Boom?
For me, Kingdom Hearts 2.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one.
Oh, that's a really good one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that
I'm odd. I've never played one.
Really? Interesting.
I've never played a Kingdom Hearts.
Neither have I. I didn't have console.
It's sometimes it can throw you for a loop, and you have to pull up a walk away, once in a blue. Oh yeah. No, I will put it like this. Can I put it one way that actually became a meme in some of my friendship circles? I'm like, this game does not make any logical sense, but it's weird in that it makes emotional sense.
Yes.
Just don't pay attention to any of the logic. but it makes emotional sense.
Yeah, like I feel like the first game, if you like tilted your head and squinted, it sort of made sense. And
so it's essentially like an episode of Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, yeah. And then they keep retconning everything, so it's like you are a nobody, but now you're not a nobody. Now you can become an unnobody.
Yeah, there's
and it's kind of screwy, but then there's stuff like, you need to go inside the person's heart because you can do that apparently, and then rescue them, and then fight the evil bad guy who somehow got in there too. Okay. And it's like, none of it makes any logical sense, but it feels so emotionally good, and you feel really nice after. And you're just like, you know what? I can live with this. That's fine.
Okay, so everybody said their favorite game, right?
Nope.
Who's it? Dusty?
Mm-hmm.
And me.
Yeah, you two say yours. We have another question. So.
Aeon, you go first.
All right. I'll split my answer too. One of them is in fact Halo. For some reasons, it was just a part of my
pistols only.
Oh, the Halo 1 pistol is like the best pistol in gaming. Fight me. But the other game, because it's a very different one, is Knights of the Old Republic.
Ah.
That was a really, if you're into like a sort of D&D play style, but in a really streamlined, really good video game, and you're really into Star Wars, this game is, even if you're not into Star Wars, the game is incredible, but I could gush about that forever, so I'll pass the buck to Dusky.
BioShock and the Fallout series. Both series are like my absolute go-tos.
Except for Fallout 3.
Excuse me, I like Fallout 3, so...
New Vegas is the better better Fallout 3.
I completely agree, but Fallout 3 is still better than Fallout 4. It was
sinful what they did to... It is sinful what they did to Obsidian, and you know what? They still beat the main company in their own game.
100%. But, I mean, I tried Fallout 76 and just stopped. Just so not worth it. Oh my god, it was horrific.
I mentioned one minor thing about 76 that a friend told me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
it's good now.
Do you remember when people figured out that if you detonated all the nukes at the same time, the entire server died?
Yes.
I want to point something out. I had a friend, she was texting me at the time and says, hey, we're going to try detonating all the nukes at the same time. And I want to point out, she was part of the people who actually figured this out. They didn't do it for any other reason other than this game is glitchy, so we want to see, they just did it to see what would happen. They totally did not expect anything good to come of it. So they got their friends together, waited. It's like, oh, is everyone at the place? Okay, cool. Detonate all the nukes now.
Oofta.
That sounds about right for the community.
And I gotta say, I agree very much with you, Visual Pony. Fallout Equestria is best Fallout. Hey.
Yes, it is.
Oh, we have a Dusty Cat. Hello.
Yeah, hi, Dusty.
Hello.
Ska vi se. Well, we have a Fallout Equestria related question from Decker Spade. We can take that first. And then we're going to take Snowy Motorcycles question. What is everybody's opinion of Fallout Equestria horses?
I do not know about that. I do know Fallout Equestria very, back to front, but...
I don't know anything about Fallout Equestria. I need to get educated.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
And I've been saying that for a while.
Well,
we can fix that later.
Well, me and Screwy are actually in the audiobook for Fallout Equestria Dead Tree.
Ah, that explains that.
Yeah, I need to... Yeah, because there are YouTube videos about it now, right?
Yeah, he is Fallout Dad.
Yeah.
Fallout Dad is best dad, then.
Fallout Boy is best band. Anyway.
This is true.
I was going to say, as the first
thing
is
true.
Head next to is Fallout Boy.
Yeah,
I would give that a thumbs up.
I'll probably prod you during an evening and just be like, okay, I need you to inundate me with Fallout Equestria content and tell me everything about the story, and then I'll sit in a classroom desk.
Well,
and
we can do that. Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, and if you haven't... Sorry, Sweetie Bloom, you first.
Oh, go ahead. No, you go ahead.
No, you!
You were going to say something important. Go.
No, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Okay. Social anxiety. Yay. Okay. If you haven't read or listened to the original story of Fallout Equestria, I can highly recommend Visual Pony's audiobook, where he reads the whole story to you. And it's on his YouTube. I listened to that one when I needed to go through the main story, so I can highly recommend it if it's needed.
There are some very good ones. Some very good audiobooks out there.
Yeah.
It's very easy to listen to. It's, without any offense to Somber, it's a much easier listen/read than the second one.
Yeah. Sweetie Bloom, you had something you would say?
Sorry about that.
No. Keep going.
I'll prod you for it later.
You had something you would say, and you pushed me to say, so now I'm going to push you, so say it.
No, it's simply that I am woefully behind on Fallout Equestria because the lore has gotten so vast. At this point, it reminds me of when I tried to get into Bleach and found myself overwhelmed.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm in the series, and I've never read it.
Good lord.
I've never read it because I'm actually, the only reason I'm reading it is because I'm helping out with it, and I kind of like that because I have no preconceived notions as to what's going to happen.
Yeah, actually, I did voice a character from Fallout once.
Ooh.
But yeah, I had no idea what I was doing, so I was just like, cool, yeah, is this? And I still like sent my voiceover going, is this what the character sounds like? And they're like, sure. It's like, why not? I'm like, okay.
Which character? Cool. I'm curious.
The main character, I think. Pip.
Really? Oh my gosh, you'd be such a cute little Pip.
Oh my.
Well, that was what was confusing.
You are good, yeah.
Be cute, but also like throwing a bunch of F-bombs, and I'm like, what?
Yes. Oh, she has a thing of swearing. Yes.
Yeah, that's why I was confused, because like the two character that seemed to conflict in my head. So like when I sent, I'm like, does that sound right? And they're like, yeah, that works. I'm like, okay.
When was this for? I didn't hear anything about this.
Oh, it was like for a one-off gag in some video years ago. So it wasn't for anything like proper and official.
Because I know, oh my god, what is his name? The one who used to voice Vinyl Scratch in like all the shorts.
Noaking?
Yeah, I know Noaking was originally the voice for a lot of the series, Lil Pips. But when he transitioned, I guess they had to stop, which makes sense, obviously.
Yeah.
Right. No, I would get more into Fallout Equestria. I remember years ago I wanted to, but it was already like someone. I don't know if you remember Scribble, sweetie.
Scribble.
That'll be
Above Scribble.
Nick Z.
Oh, Nick Z. Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, I remember I was chilling with him.
Does all the scary stuff? He.
No, that's
Obab
Scribbler. This is somebody else.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, no worries. That was that confliction.
No, he was someone I hung out with locally because he was around. But by the time we were already hanging out, and this would have been like 2014, like the length of the main story was the length of by average word count 10 novels. And I looked at that and just like, I don't have time for that.
Yeah, gonna be honest, it's always been sort of my thing. I'm like, that's a lot. I'll get to it eventually.
It's shorter than the Harry Potter series.
That's true.
Yeah, the series, but it's still like a main story of it's like one book being that thick. It's just like
it is thick.
And I also read Harry Potter when I was an adolescent and had a lot less to do than I do now.
So listen to the audiobook.
Kind of point, yeah. Like I in 2014, I was like I had some issues to deal with, but I was also still a college student. So I really didn't.
There's an inappropriate comment about you being afraid of something that's thick, but this is a family-friendly stream.
Nothing, Chris.
I'm afraid of this blush. That's the same reason like I won't get into like One Piece or something. Is that like okay, this is cool, but I don't know if I have enough time to watch 1,028 episodes. Cool.
Hang on, listen to the audiobook.
Wait, did you say One Piece is 1,000 episodes?
Yep.
I don't know.
No.
I don't know if it's Well, I don't know if it's literally. If I got that right, that was a total accident. But it is like hundreds of episodes now. It's over 600 at least.
Yeah, Bleach was like that too.
No
like
thanks.
I watched like 300. I watched 300 episodes of Bleach, and like as I got to the 300th episode, I'm like, I gotta be close to the end, right? And I look, it's like, oh no, there's like 700 episodes. I'm like, I quit.
Could be worse. Could be One Piece.
Could be One Piece. Right?
Yeah, or Bleach.
Or Bleach.
Or Naruto.
Dragon Ball Z.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, DBZ. Oh, DBZ is like, you thought one show with 600 episodes was bad. There's like 3. They're all vital, and they all have 600 episodes. Good luck.
Yep.
Okay, but the thing is, just go watch DBZ abridged, and you get pretty much the whole gist of it.
Exactly.
Yeah, but is there a Fallout Equestria abridged?
Someone tried
Not
to
yet.
make one. Someone
There
did try
should
to
be.
make one.
It's
not hard. It's really an easy read. I've read it over 3 weekends. It's not that hard.
I mean, I'm sure, but did you have to do anything else on those weekends?
It was the Sabbath. Of course I didn't.
Yeah, I don't have I am too busy drinking mead in the name of All Father. I do not. I need some time for that.
That is
no. Or I'm just saying that as a small clip, but yeah, I suppose we can have like reading circles so I don't miss anything because I'm one of those weird people where it's like I can't read because people are doing things and I want to do things with people.
See, I can't read because, as you can hear, my house is a cacophony of
I do not
people.
recommend reading it to your children.
I mean, if we start a reading call where we all just have snacks and chill out and maybe like talk about each chapter after, I would totally be down for that. But otherwise, I'm gonna be freaking out. Like, otherwise, I'm gonna be like freaking out. Like I'm missing everyone doing things and I can't focus on it.
And it's this thing called a book club.
Yeah.
I am okay with this idea, but I was thinking about that in my head. I just wasn't using the word for some reason. But like, if there was a book club we were doing about it, Dusky, then sure, I'll do that. But otherwise, I'll just
Quack, quack, quack.
Fine.
I mean, you can get people to sign up for it. We just pick a day out of the year where we just spend, or out of the week,
and
then
just
everyone.
One day. We talk about chapter 1. Next year we'll get chapter 2.
Great, we are right on schedule. We'll have the.
I will totally sign up if that's the pace. If it's a
final
chapter
meeting.
year, I can totally do it.
Final meeting is when we're all 102.
Yeah, right. Finally finished it.
No, that would be cool though for everyone who wants to know the plot that doesn't. We could just say, "Hey, who wants to be in the Fallout Equestria book club?" And then just one small like hour out of the week, we can just listen to more of an audiobook or something. I'd be down for that.
That would be interesting, but we already have the movie club going on, so.
Well, we can have the audiobook as well. Audiobook club.
Yeah, we must. Sweetie Bloom, I am on a mission to introduce Aeon to all the Disney movies.
Would you? Wouldn't you also be one of those who would just start singing when there's songs coming on?
I could restrain myself.
I do not. I actually, it really annoys me when people do that. I mute myself on purpose whenever I feel the need to sing.
Yeah. That's the thing. I'm like, I would have the compulsion, but I would just mute myself.
Contain thyself.
Contain myself.
If we all decided,
I need to show you my wall right now. So this is the.
I just want to say one thing. If we all decide it's karaoke night, then it's fine. But if not, then it's like, oh, everyone's
singing. You can say our family likes Disney.
Movie posters!
Ooh, that's
a lot.
Cool.
Excellent.
Noted.
So yeah, Disney for us.
What were you saying, Aaron?
Basically, if we all decide it's karaoke night and we're all doing it just to have fun, I will join in for that, even if I am shy, provided I know the people in there, there's no judgmental stuff. The part that isn't it is that when people sing, they're singing in a stream, so it's always out of sync.
So it's out of sync.
Yes.
Even if you're singing really well about how wonderful the world is with Aladdin, you're not singing with Aladdin on my end.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
2 seconds after Aladdin, when Jasmine is going.
Yeah, that's part of the reason I don't.
Essentially, what you have to do is where it essentially play it locally. You sing it locally, and it all comes through the microphone only.
So
because then it would be synced up.
Yeah.
Also,
Agreed.
Our dear final site was gracious enough to show me that, of course, all Fallout Equestria books are an easy read because, their books are so tiny. So excuse me while I find the picture, he said to me, because for now, for some reason, it doesn't show up. Where did you go?
Yeah, I have the leather-bound book. It's gorgeous. I read it often.
Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where do you come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
Cotton Eye Joe.
I'm in there for a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
That goes very well with your vector.
There once put to see the name of the ship was a Billy. The wind blew up the ship up down below my Billy boys below.
There you are.
May the weatherman.
Yes,
I'm very, very happy that shanties are coming back.
I'm so excited.
First rule of the book club. For 364 days out of the year, we do not talk about the book club, says Decker Spake.
So, Aeon, you can see, first of all, I have seen this picture before. You can see how short Fallout Equestria is compared to Fallout Equestria Project Horizons, which is 9 books.
No, I know that because Nick Z also gave me the word count of New Horizons.
That is insane.
And I remember I remember back in 2014, that was like taking everything by storm. To the point where I remember, at least in the fan fiction community, people were like talking about that even more than the normal Fallout Equestria. And it's like, oh yeah, by the way, it's many times longer. I'm just
it is, for lack of a better term, and with all due respect, it is everything of Fallout Equestria times 10, and
including
trying and going beyond. It's like Dragon Ball Z versus Dragon Ball. It's trying to up the ante as much as possible and making like insane things happen and still trying to make it make sense.
So, respect.
Was it New Horizons or the original where it's just like they wrote it as they went along? It was one of them.
I don't know.
He gave me a lecture on this.
Yeah, as far as I know, the author of Horizon did a very, very decent job because they wrote it very quickly. And
Somber did some amazing stuff in there, and more power to him, and I'm always incredibly impressed when I read it, but it's a slog. I'm not going to lie. I can go through Fallout Equestria very easily. Project Horizons, there are points I need to take it down, like just put it down because it just gets really dark.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with darkness. I just have a problem with, say I didn't have a bad FOMO issue, then I have to contend with like an ADD issue where, to me, a slog means it's a long string of text where maybe it is important later, but I'm like, darkness won't bore me, but if I'm just like bored or it's too slow, then I'm going to start like, my ADD will start twitching out.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's, again, why I prefer the Fallout Equestria, which is more streamlined. There's very few parts that you can really, really skip.
Yeah. We have a question for Aeon.
Oh.
Question for Aeon. What is your favorite TV show? Snowy Motorcycle says himself that he likes Supernatural, Doctor Who, and My Little Pony.
Oh. Can you repeat that question?
He was wondering what his favorite TV show was.
Okay, so I have to think.
I'm not gonna... Yeah. No, you first.
I was gonna go through why that's a bit of a complicated answer because I love like FIM, but more in the sense that like I count my experience with a fandom in my experience with a show, which I know is kind of weird. So I usually don't include FIM in that answer, because I can't separate it from the experience it gave me. I suppose The Mandalorian was recently good, but I remember I always come back to like Chernobyl is really good. Silicon Valley is hilarious. I don't watch many TV shows anymore. So I suppose I could say if I'm looking for like comedy, then Silicon Valley.
I would recommend a really good series called The Rookie.
The Rookie is amazing. Nathan Fillion is blessed.
Oh my God, that man. Okay, interesting thing. For season, I think 2 to season 3, or is it like? Sorry, children.
I know. I'm not angry or anything. It's just that that's my reaction when I hear those.
Season 1, Nathan Fillion looked like he looked 40. Yes. And then what I think happened between season 1 and season 2 is he saw himself and he's like, "Oh, I need to lose some weight," and he lost it looked like he lost like 20, 30 pounds.
Well, the whole thing is it makes sense with the storyline. So, sorry, going back. The Rookie is basically about a 40-year-old who has a midlife crisis and decides to become a cop, where most cops starting out are in their 20s. He's in his 40s. So no one in the cop station, like, they think it's a joke. They think he'll just get someone killed, and they don't think he'll take it seriously. And he proves them wrong. Okay. It is by Nathan Fillion. It is with Nathan Fillion, who starred in Firefly.
No, I know who Nathan Fillion is because I know him from Halo ODST.
Okay.
No, yeah. Wait a minute. Can I ask you one quick question?
Oh, okay.
Was anybody in this call born before 1992?
I was. No, wait. Okay. 1993. Sorry.
I'm 3.
Wait. Hold on.
I'm the only one old. We're the only.
No, I was born in 83, so I'm old.
Aww.
All right, Aeon, what were you saying?
If any of you guys like Firefly and you also happen to like Halo, the entire point of Halo 3 ODST, well, part of the meta point was they reunited the cast of Firefly because Bungie loved Firefly. Mm-hmm. And so all the voices of all the ODST characters are literally just the reunited cast of Firefly.
Oh, neat.
And that's also how I got into Firefly, was because Nathan Fillion was a massive Halo fan, and they put Firefly references in Halo.
That is funny.
But yeah, to go back to the main question to give my sort of final answer was, if I was looking for comedy, Silicon Valley. If I want something serious, Chernobyl. But I've also, if I had to give like a final answer, Grand Tour / old Top Gear.
Old Top Gear.
Yeah, like the good one.
Yeah,
but the Grand Tour is great.
Sorry.
Yeah, the Grand Tour is great. Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. Dusty Cat is also saying, I think he's saying it to both Sweetie Bloom and to Screwy, that you're not old.
No, I remember at BabsCon, me and some other, I was in a room, we were in a hotel room together with a lot of people. This was Babs 2017, I want to say. It was the only time I ever showed up for Babs. We were in a room with Dusty Cat, and I was freaking out because I was like 23 or turning 24 or something. And to me, I'm just like, the idea of approaching 30 makes me think I'm old. And another guy was like, dude, I'm 25. And then Dusty Cat is in the corner, whips out double middle fingers without saying a word.
I think PabsCon 2017 was the one where I got him all of these "You Turned 50" balloons, because that was his 50th birthday.
Right. No, I didn't see that part. So me and this guy are talking about how we're advancing in our 20s. Dusty Cat is just chilling in the corner on his phone without saying a word, lifts them up from the us.
It's okay, Dusty. Some of the best Vikings were lucky to get over 50, so you're legendary. No worries.
Yay.
Hail Odin. Yes. Also good to see you, Dusty.
Yeah, it's like you're in better shape than I am. So, you know.
Yeah,
but that's not saying much, because he puts in a lot. Yeah, he puts in a lot of effort into maintaining himself.
Yeah, and he also says to you that you have earned those.
I think referring to the gray hairs that everyone's talking about in the chat.
Yeah, they do say that the gray hairs is a sign of wisdom.
But I'm 38, and I'm turning 38, and I don't have any gray hairs yet.
Well, so
does that mean I'm not wise?
You're wise. It's just that you still are very focused on your children, so you still have a lot of spiritual youth around you.
You also have children, and that's why you have gray hair.
I like. Well, I'll tell you. I'm gonna do 2 pictures. How it started and how it's going.
Oh, okay. Also,
for 2020.
Yeah.
Sorry, Justin says that you guys earned the middle fingers. That's what he
Oh,
means.
that's fair.
Yeah. No, I'm not gonna lie. We did. I was too focused on the whole like because I'm looking at this like a youthful person going like, is 30 old? And because in my head I'm just like, whoa, that's weird because I'm used to thinking of myself as young for the most of my life, and I suppose I technically still am. So to me, it's comparatively weird. Then I look at him and I'm just like, right, context. In context, right.
Also, Visual Pony wants to say to Sweetie Bloom that only reason I shave is so that my face doesn't turn gray. You are not old. Also, anyhow, Chris Blessings, have a nice rest of the stream. Was listening in, I will go and drop dead. No, don't go drop dead, but get some fair sleep. I hope so. Thank you. Sleep well.
Yes, do not drop dead.
Yes.
I do not want to lose my fandom,
Have a good
Papa.
night, Visual.
Unless you have the powers of Lazarus, please do not die forever.
Yeah.
No.
Question from Snowy Motorcycle. Question for Chris. Would it be cool if Doctor Who version on MLP like Doctor Who's? Well, yes. Doctor Who's is awesome, and I would like to see more of it if they made like a spin-off series or something in the My Little Pony universe with Doctor Who's. So yeah, I think that could be.
Didn't they make a few comics?
Comics, I think they did, yeah, but it would be fun to see episodes.
I know the latest one. Referenced Doctor Who a lot.
Oh yeah, they do that all the time. It's great. As far as the show is concerned, though, I think they got away with as much as they legally could during the what was that episode? The one where all the side characters did everything.
Episode 100.
Episode
yeah,
100.
The 100th episode. Yeah, that was probably the most they could legally get away with.
Oof.
Without,
they did a very good job with it.
Oh, they did a great job. Like, they very much let everybody know what they were doing, but they couldn't say what they were doing because BBC has the rights to Doctor Who and they don't.
Because Great Wickering Stallions.
Yes.
Allons-y.
Allons-y. I just imagine them, him in the scarf walking by going, Allons-y, and they're just like, hey, it's a French term. What are you going to do, BBC? What are you going to
do? Right. And technically that scarf design, I think, is a generic design. So it's still kind of
and they probably changed it just enough where it's not enough of Tom Baker's scarf for it to be a problem. Yeah.
Right. They skirted so close, and I love them for doing it.
Oh, I love that they did it, but legally speaking, that's probably the most we could ever hope from them. Unless the BBC buys Hasbro or vice versa, I'm not sure.
So we have those glorious pictures.
I would love to have Doctor Who on Disney Plus. That'd be great. Let's do that.
So you have beginning of 2020, how it started, and the hair now. I had a crew cut, and I have not yet cut it, and I don't plan on cutting it for a while.
You could donate it.
That's the plan.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
Awesome.
I've done that a few times. Well, tried to.
I wish my hair grew better so I could do that, but it doesn't.
They don't really have too many issues. Like I don't know what your hair is like, so I'm not gonna say anything. But
it's ugly. No, I mean that. I mean, if I were to cut it off, it would take me another 15 years to grow it back.
Oof. Okay, yeah, no, that's fair.
Fair enough.
One day I will make that big sacrifice, but it's gonna be a big sacrifice. Yeah, it's not today.
That's fair. I mean, I cut my hair right before the pandemic hit, and it's been almost a year now, and it's already grown back up to my shoulders. So it doesn't grow fast, but it's grown.
No,
I was constantly told by a lot of people to grow my hair out, so I'm growing my hair out.
That's why you don't.
But I also have that guy problem where there's that awkward middle where it's like, oh, you look really good with long hair or short hair, but not in the middle. So I'm in that awkward middle No, I'm in that awkward middle position where I'm just like, okay, I look kind of awkward, but I'm slowly getting better.
It's what I call the 4th Harry Potter movie syndrome.
Oh my god.
Oofta.
Oh, that was the worst part of my adolescence, of like my celebrity crush with that god-awful hair.
Okay, wait, which one was your crush?
Yeah, which one?
Daniel Radcliffe. Heck yeah.
Fair.
But
I don't know, I had a
was
friend
like,
with obsessed with Rupert Grint.
Go watch him in Guns Akimbo.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
For those of you who don't know what this movie is, it's kind of a very grungy film where he's kidnapped and he has 2 guns bolted to his hands.
So it's like Edward Scissorhand, but with guns.
Ish. It looks like a really good movie.
Mm-hmm. I haven't actually seen it, but I have seen the pictures, like you do.
Ska vi se. Question for every pony. What does Princess Celestia and Luna... What do you think Princess Celestia, ikke Celestia Princess, Princess Celestia and Luna were doing when they retired? Well, they did say
there was an episode on that.
Yeah.
Governing from the shadows.
Probably.
Yeah, I don't think those 2 workaholics are gonna stop anytime soon.
Yeah.
And they did...
Travel the cosmos, travel to see Yakistan, which Yona is best pony.
Yes.
Yona is best... Yeah?
Spend some quality time with Star Swirl the Bearded, and I ship it.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
I wonder if they'll maybe. Ooh, I know this is a dark answer, but maybe they'll finally let themselves age and die. I'm not saying that in any spite. I don't mean that in a spiteful way. I mean, they probably don't want to live forever.
Yeah. But then the question comes up if they can.
Well, the concept of the longer you live, the longer you live, the less you perceive. Like the less time moves faster. So you get old enough, 50 years slips by in a blink of an eye.
Yeah.
That is true, but to be honest, I really hope they just, enjoyed their retirement, did things they wanted to do, but also Silver Shore's retirement home, it's like, girls, you're too capable to live in a retirement home. Just get a house or a cabin. You don't need nurses to clean your house or clean you. You can take care of yourselves.
They can take care of themselves.
Yeah.
But they might just want the company of older mares and stallions.
Yeah.
Yeah, ones who have a longer memory than they do. They'll never be able to find someone as old as they are unless they go with Star Swirl. But even he has chunks missing in his history. Maybe they just want people who are, more seasoned.
Well, it reminds me of a scene in one of the Captain America comics where basically the only people he was able to basically get along with was old people. Like, he would go to the retirement homes to make friends there, which was really sad because his friends kept dying because they were the only ones who he was able to get along with.
Yeah.
Poor guy. Yeah, new rule. Dusty's not allowed to die until he's 90. I approve! I approve. My grandma is 95 and she's still kicking and making pancakes. So, yeah, nice. Dusty is not allowed to die until he's 90. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Actually, I was saying until I'm 90, which would make him 110.
That works too, Well, then he would really be a dusty cat.
Aha!
I see what you've done there.
Yeah. I have those dry dad jokes kind of humor, so yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. And I see that we are about to hit our 2-hour mark.
Oh.
At least it's not 6 hours like the first time I was with you.
I mean, that was fun.
Yeah. Luckily, I've gotten the recipe for those Norwegian pancakes my grandma makes.
Oh, nice.
What makes them different from regular pancakes? I'm very curious.
The thing is, the Norwegian pancakes are kind of like crepes, but a little bit more flexible and fluffier, but still kind of like crepes. And we take almost anything inside of them, like ice cream, meat, brown cheese, sugar, strawberries, jam, and you can enjoy them to dinner, to breakfast, to lunch, to the night snack.
I mean, technically you could do that with any breakfast food, but I don't see the reason why people don't.
Breakfast for dinner is always fun.
It is.
Breakfast for dinner is fun.
It is. I did that last night.
So we hit the 2-hour mark. Do you guys want to continue a little bit more, or do you?
Yeah, sure.
Whatever people are up
just
to.
Making dinner. I'm making stir fry.
Ooh.
Yeah, what do you put in your stir fry?
Okay, so for the vegetables we have red and orange peppers, snow peas, onions, water chestnuts. In a separate pan, I brown some pineapple chunks. In a separate pan, I have pounded 3 chicken breasts flat, diced them into equal sized cubes, and pan fried them in some stir fry oil. While I have the rice cooker boiling away at some basmati rice.
Nice.
You use basmati, not the traditional sticky rice?
Mainly because that's what we have at the moment.
That's fair. I'm just very curious. I always like knowing new things.
Me.
If you're ever nearby, I will happily make my
I
my
highly doubt I will be nearby, but thank you for the offer.
I don't even
will
know
happily
where
make shepherd's pie.
Ooh,
You said he was in Philly, right? Oh, Pennsylvania.
Wait. I was gonna say shepherd's pie or cottage pie. Do you use lamb?
Shepherd's pie, good sir.
Ah.
You are aware of the difference.
Oh yes, I abhor when people market a cottage pie as a shepherd's pie.
No,
I let them know it.
To me, it always tasted better when it had lamb, just because I grew up in.
It has to have lamb.
No, I grew up in Michigan, where we had a lot of Middle Eastern food. So I actually grew up.
Whereabouts in Michigan?
Lamb. Detroit.
My for 3 years, 3 years from 2015 to 2018, we lived in Lansing. So different thing than Detroit, but Lansing had some really good Mediterranean places.
Right. Oh yeah. No, not just Mediterranean, but most of these guys came for the auto industry, in which we had a lot of Middle Eastern immigrants because they wanted to work for the big 3. But if they didn't work in the auto industry, they started up these really good restaurants. So we have a lot of, specifically, like I think most of it's like Iraqi, Middle Eastern food. So I grew up on quite a bit of that. Okay, yeah, Dusty knows what I'm on about. One sec. Dusty knows what I'm on
about.
Who
did we lose?
No, I went out and came back just in case the call was glitching. Okay. Dusty knows what I'm on about because I only say Detroit to people who aren't from Michigan, because if I list a suburb, they won't know what I'm talking about. Greektown does have amazing food, Dusty. I totally agree. Even if I do want to visit there more. But no, the place I was from was so small that unless people watch American Horror Story, they don't know where I was from. I was. Oh, okay, yeah. So you would know them better. No, I grew up in Redford, which is so small most people don't even bother to remember where that is. But I also spent a lot of time in Novi, Livonia, and a little bit of time in Ann Arbor.
Novi is a nice area.
Novi is great. Oh, I love Novi. Also, I think I briefly spent time in my aunt's house in. I don't think she lives here anymore, but we were in Wixom. I remember Wixom was weird because there was like some rule that you can't have fast food, but there's 3 because they got grandfathered in or something weird like that. I never looked up why, but yeah. Novi's great. Redford used to be great. It's kind of sad what it turned into.
Is that the post-apocalyptic area now?
I don't know if it is. I haven't paid it a visit. Once in a blue moon, we do go into the old neighborhood just to see it. But I haven't done that in a long while. But even then, like most people, even from Michigan, don't always know where Redford is until, again, American Horror Story came out, because it's so small.
I just like that that's what people should know you from. Like, they should know your area from American Horror Story.
Well, I mean, that's the only place that references it. It really is a blink and you miss it township. Yeah, Dusty, have you... Like, have you ever been there? It's cool that you know what it is, because I've only met 2 people, including you, that actually know what Redford is without me having to explain it to them. So that's actually pretty cool. It's not every day that I see that. Also on the other subject of food, I know this isn't Middle Eastern. I miss Bates Burgers. Oh, ooh. And you actually have a reason to visit. Oh, that's cool.
Do you know what pizza place? I miss Marco's Pizza.
Ooh.
And welcome back, Chris.
Welcome back.
Yeah, hi.
Also, I like that out of 5 people, we have 2 people muted. And they're supposed to be the main ones in the stream.
I'm sorry.
Well, I have a very distinct reason to be muted.
Yes, you have children and supper.
Well, unless you want me to pee in my chair, I had to go and mute myself.
I don't judge people.
As we say at work, I'll get you a mop bucket.
I miss Coney Island too. Okay.
Okay, I gotta ask, what is Coney Island?
Okay, Coney Island, where I think Coney Islands in Michigan refer to specifically a type of restaurant that serves what we refer to as Coney dogs, which is God, it's been so long. They're typically like a form of chili dog that has cheese and onion on top of them, and they're usually served with fries. And if you're in Michigan, you'll find some restaurants that will also say they'll either just call themselves a Coney Island, or it'll say, like, underneath it, a Coney Island place. It's not really I don't think it's a chain of any sort. In fact, I'm 99% certain it isn't. But it's just a common.
An actual place.
No, it is, but it's a place in New York. We're referring to a style of hot dog.
Ah, got it. Wait, there are styles of hot dogs?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If you visit Chicago, they will also educate you on that. But
sure.
But yeah,
we'll educate you over here. We've got Sonoran hot dogs.
Yeah, no, I miss Coney dogs though. Those were so good. Coney, so, yeah, I'm right up there.
And then there's Dodger dogs in LA.
Oh.
Ooh.
Sweetie Bloom and Aeon, do you guys like McDonald's?
It's food.
I take that.
Love
buy me some. It's not gonna be my.
I mean, is it though? Is it really?
I would say
if it's free.
Is it food like spelled FUUD or FOO with the little dots on the top?
Yeah, maybe.
So I would say no and maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, it's technically edible.
It's technically. Hey, look, when you're poor enough and someone offers you a McDonald's, it's like, you know what? That's great. I'll take it.
No. It's non-toxic.
Oh,
exactly.
So they say.
I won't die.
Guys, I know it. I know McDonald's. It's the Fallout food.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do not worry. Even after the nuclear apocalypse, you can have McDonald's and Twinkies, for they will both live.
Oh, wait. Look, we have a drinking buddy.
Who hasn't gone to bed, I note.
Yeah, but he's saying something that I would have liked very much. That if I were able to go to Ciderfest later this year, it would be amazing if I would be able to see all of you guys.
Where is Ciderfest?
Good question. I think we talked about it before.
I think, yeah, last time
You're talking to the department head of vendor relations. Hello.
Hey, where is
Ciderfest
Ciderfest?
is held in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
I was thinking of Wisconsin.
Yep. This year
It's
it will be
so long
as everything goes okay. It'll be at the Hilton this year.
Okay.
As it was supposed to be last year.
Well, I can try because that's actually fairly close.
Yay!
Well, fairly close in terms of where I live.
Well,
yeah.
to
it's
be
still
honest,
1,000 miles away.
To be honest, I'm crushing the ocean, so please come and see me.
I will try,
Yay!
but I can make no promises. It depends what's going on at the time. When is it?
Screwy?
That is a wonderful question.
Right.
Fair. Also, drinking buddy, a 2-hour nap is not sleep.
It's better than nothing, but it's not sleep.
Did they go into REM? Did they go into? If they went into REM, that's technically a sleep cycle.
That is true. That is true.
What does this have to do with music?
You went into 1.33 sleep cycles.
Nice.
Oh, that took me a second to get. I was like, what? I got it. I'm slow, but I got it.
You got there.
I got there.
You got there.
Actually.
Oh, Chris is confused.
Oh no.
Yeah, I didn't get it. I know REM sleep is like deep sleep, but I don't know what that has to do with music.
Would you like to explain
REM was a very popular band back in the late 80s and early 90s.
Yep. And I'm surprised anyone on this stream got it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you got it. Yeah, I was like, that was probably before your time.
I grew up in the Rust.
You think
I grew up in the Rust Belt, so I of course grew up with music like that.
Yes.
Sweetie Bloom, how young do you think I am exactly?
Well, you were born in the 90s, so too young.
Yeah, but it was Canadian 90s, which is basically 80s.
Does your birth year start with a 1?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good. That's a good start.
So there you go. So we know you're at least drinking age.
Yeah, you're at least.
Yeah. I am both drinking age here and in America. Aeon is the youngest in this stream, as far as I know, unless Chris is younger than him.
I'm a few months older.
6 months older than me, about.
Yeah.
Okay, so Aeon is the youngest, and he is above drinking age. So yes.
I hope Aeon's above drinking age because he's been drinking for quite some time.
Oh yeah, I've done.
I know him, and I think I've known him before he was drinking age. So.
Oops.
Actually, wait, you did. Yeah. You actually have known me when I think I was 20 when we met, or 19 or 20.
That's still drinking age up here.
Yeah, you're still a baby in my mind.
Aww.
Love you too, Mom. Anyway.
Oh, you know what we need to get? Do you know what we need to get, Sweetie Bloom?
Uh-oh. I don't like the idea of getting things.
It's a small
bad
thing.
Deal with it.
It's a small thing, so I'm not pressing your uncomfortableness. It's just a button. It's just a button that says best fandom, Mama.
Aww.
That would be okay, wouldn't
Very
it?
cute, but no.
Come on!
Do it anyway, Chris. You don't understand.
I
This
don't.
is the Sweetie Bloom. You just do it anyway.
I don't have her address, and the person I have an agreement to doesn't have her address either, so I can't.
I happen to know someone who has her address.
I don't think they are gonna give it to me unless she says okay.
I'm very specific that I only tell my address to people who I know won't give it away.
Oh, I know. But I can send something to Bliss, who can get it from Quill.
No, she can't. He won't give it away.
Damn it.
Yeah, that's
the problem.
Even I can tell you that.
And
even I can tell you that order is too tall.
I trust him not to give my address
away. But we want to give you presents.
Yeah, the thing is, I love to send presents to people, but if they're not comfortable, then I will not do it. Of course, I will try again to ask later, but I will not. I will try my best not to push it because I know it can be uncomfortable. But again, I have gotten different people's addresses, and I usually burn the paper I write it down on.
Oh, I save it in my phone, but I don't give them out.
No,
Well, dinner has been finished. I am going to. It's done. It's on the table. Dinner has been prepared and it is plated upon the table.
Dinner has been provided, and now it has been disciped. No.
I will bow out and be back on to play some Among Us if you're interested, Chris, later on.
Yes,
nice.
if
Enjoy, you guys.
everybody else is interested, I'd like to do that.
Yeah, hopefully we can make a call on Discord and we all can talk while we're playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk to y'all soon.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Have a nice dinner.
Yeah, so we might have a problem, Aeon and I, playing Among Us later, because we do have a movie night planned tonight. But
yeah, also at some point I do have to leave to have dinner with Bliss, and essentially I imagine by the time I get back from that, it would be about movie night.
Yeah.
So.
Because it's supposed to be about 8 o'clock your time, 9 o'clock my time.
Okay, good.
Or 10 o'clock, something like that.
Yeah, no, okay, so that's solved my
dilemma.
Time zone issue, yeah.
Yeah, we agreed 8 p.m. Central, so.
Okay, yeah, that works.
9 p.m.
So, one thing I'm really curious about. What are you guys' least favorite character in the My Little Pony show?
Of the main 6, Fluttershy. She sucks at her job.
Oh, no, I remember, I remember this when we were all, like, talking about episodes coming out. None of us liked her in the episode Bats. I see what the writers were trying to do, but, like, yeah, I think then you chimed in with that, I remember.
Yeah, everyone was like, Bats was nice, and I just sort of came in and just like, okay.
Here's what's wrong with this.
So sucks. Let me break it down for you. And everyone's like, okay then.
Like, no, but I do agree. No, I do agree because even when I was watching it, I was just like, wait, she doesn't do any of this for a living, and none of this seems like it's a balanced. Like, I think the show writers thought they were making it balanced, but I'm like, I'm not a farmer, but this doesn't seem correct.
Yeah.
And also, you don't have to. Also, it kind of irritated me because I'm like, you don't have to deal with the consequences of this. But I did remember finally there was about the same time you were saying this stuff. There was someone who came on who was a fan of the show who was like a farmer who mentioned, just for sake of the podcast, he's like, oh, let me break down every little thing this show gets wrong. First off, we don't only come out when the sun is up. Your day starts well before that.
Yeah.
And then he points out every other thing about crops that he knew that this got wrong, and I'm just like, it was fascinating to listen to for sure.
Yeah.
It does actually sound interesting.
Yeah, I remember one of my videos too was about it had to do with basically apple farming and how they get it wrong in the show. And like I remember when I released that video, I was like, okay, I'm not an apple farmer. I hope I didn't. And like I did all as much research as I could, but like that's not the same as like growing up on an apple farm, right? So I'm like, I hope I don't offend anybody with my video. And I got a couple comments that started off with like, all right, so I was born and raised in an apple farm. Like, oh gosh, here it comes. Like, and this is perfect. I've been thinking this for years. This show is BS. I'm like, yay!
You did it good.
I did it good. I didn't offend anybody. Looks at me, the show writers, but whatever.
Yeah, I mean, you did mention in the video that you, like, even if you didn't get to the point where like you were on like an apple farm, you mentioned that you studied to become an Aggie at one point, right?
Yeah, my so my college degree is I was part of the agriculture college. My major was in animal science, and my option within that major was pre-veterinary. So sometimes you'll hear me say I have a pre-vet degree, and sometimes you'll hear me say I have an animal science degree, and sometimes you'll hear me say I have an agriculture degree, and sometimes you'll hear me say I have a BS, Bachelor's of Science,
I was wondering
all the same degree, just like different levels. When I say I studied agriculture, I mean that I was part of the agriculture college of my university. So there was agricultural stuff that I learned.
Right. Stuffs.
Stuffies.
Stuffy
Stuffi Wuffies. There you go. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Okay, disclose details.
Anyway, everybody else.
Even if the character did improve by the end of it, I didn't like Zephyr Breeze at all.
Oh yeah.
No, I remember within the community I called him the walking condom commercial.
Ufta.
Because like you see when people ask, and then I think what finally irritated me about it was like it's cool that he finally found his mojo or whatever, even though if you're like depressed about it or something, like they didn't portray him as depressed, but I was looking at it as a depressed person because I had it real bad at the time. I'm just like, I can't get motivation just from singing a music number. I would have done that years ago.
I don't know. Musical numbers are amazing.
That is true. If you watch Hamilton, it fixes everything.
You see, I was depressed until I heard "Wait for It," and then I'm just like, thank you,
it fixed everything. Exactly.
Yes. But I think what irritated me about it is I don't think I ever saw him get any karmatic comeuppance. So I saw him just essentially be like a total, just totally unlikable character for like 95% of the episode, and then I'm expected to sympathize with him at the end, and I'm just like, no, that doesn't work for me. You were still kind of an ass, and you still deserve something for that. That was mine. Yeah.
I'll admit that episode with is it Luna Eclipse? The one where like they go into the dream world or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did have like a problem with that for a similar reason of like I really liked the episode right up until basically Rainbow Dash's like, well, if she's, feeling guilty, then she should just stop feeling guilty. And like,
oh, right.
Really just do that? And that was basically how the episode resolved itself. It's like, you silly person, just stop having mental trauma. It's like,
right? Or,
hey.
the metaphor I used was like a car with no gas, but everyone else has gas because, the non-depressed people. So it's like, oh yeah, no, don't worry. Why aren't you going that fast? It's like, oh, my car has no gas. It's like, no, you don't get it. Just turn on the car and go. But I don't have any gas. No, you don't get it. You just need to turn on the car and go.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, so good. Desk.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of any character I absolutely hate. Like any character that like makes me rage inside. Like even Diamond Tiara before Redemption never really made me rage because like I knew what she was. You know exactly what she is. It's in her name. Same thing with Silver Spoon, which honestly I love the names in My Little Pony, which is why actually when I saw the first designs, you remember those leaks for Generation 5, I guess, when like Twilight Sparkle is an Earth Pony, that made me rage. Because she can't be Twilight Sparkle if she's not a unicorn. It's in her name. Fluttershy can't be a unicorn because she's not fluttering.
Yeah. Well,
right.
That drove me crazy. But in the actual show itself, I can't think of any any characters where like I just groaned. I'm not a huge fan of Snips. I did like what they did with Snails in the end.
Mm. Yeah, that's true. Snails actually got a kind of character arc that made him endearing, but
and Snips I know he gets Snips gets some in the comics, but for people who haven't read the comics,
yeah, I didn't read the comics, so he never got one for me as far as I was concerned.
Yeah, I gotta say I had a really hard time accepting Trixie.
That's fair.
She was acting like the spoiled kid that doesn't care about the consequences or anyone else around her. It was only after the episode where she's learning to teleport stuff and making teacups when she finally started like, okay, things I do actually affect the person I care about. Maybe I should care about others and think for a second and not act like a spoiled kid. That was the first time I was able to actually enjoy an episode where she was in. And that was like, I realized, like often do with character you end up really hating, is that they have a character trait you are afraid that you yourself will have.
That's fair.
And
I pointed this out to someone and they got really mad at me, which makes me think I'm right. but they still got.
They got mad because you were right.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't trying to be like that. I was being facetious, but at the same time, I do agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Aeon, did you say your least character?
Yeah, Zephyr Breeze.
Yeah. I'll agree that I honestly really don't like Zephyr Breeze as well. But again, you know what? Like he's a character. He's what he has to be.
Yeah.
No, it's sweetie. I wanted to point this out earlier. I've never genuinely raged at the show. I just don't like the character. I wasn't sitting fuming and thinking, "Oh, this pony is Hitler."
Oh, you don't.
Yeah.
That is fair.
I think, ironically, the problem I had with Zephyr Breeze was actually more of a hashtag too real for me, because I know so many people like him.
Score!
I'm like, oh, not this guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, like,
not this douchebag who's like, especially his interactions with Rainbow Dash. Oh my gosh, have I been Rainbow Dash in that situation so often?
Oh God.
Of like, clearly you have feelings for me that you're just in denial of. And
yeah, no.
Sorry.
But like, even if you point out like, oh, this character is who the story needs them to be, that to me that doesn't like, because I went to college for writing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that doesn't make it any better. Like, or at least it comes up as a non-excuse for me.
That's fair.
Because pretty much everyone is there because they need to be. So if everyone is there because they need to be, there's no point in making the point, in my opinion.
So I'll agree that of the characters there, yeah, I guess Zephyr Breeze would be a good example of a character I did not like. Like when he was on screen, I was not happy.
No.
Yeah.
I just wanted him to have comeuppance. That really would have, not say redeemed the character, but it would have been, like, because at least with, like, the other characters that were meant to hate, the story at least balances out their narrative with them usually getting what's coming to them in some way, shape, or form. He never gets that. In fact, if anything, he seems to be almost rewarded. He has a low moment, but it doesn't really do it. If anything, he almost gets rewarded for the experience by figuring out what he wants to do in the end, even if he got basically slapped on the wrist for about 2 minutes.
Fair.
Yeah.
So, I think, well, sadly Screwy is now eating his, making his belly happy. Yes. I don't think I asked Dusty this question, at least. If you could make a double episode, doesn't have to be a seasonal start or final, but a double episode within the series before the last episode ended, what kind of episode would you make with the characters?
Honestly, I'd like to see some of the lesser characters get their finales. Like, it still really bugs me that we have no idea, and I know this is so minor, but it really, really bugs me. What's his name? Pipsqueak.
Oh, the little British one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
little
the little British one. We have no idea what happens to him, and they were building him up for such a long time.
Yeah.
And you, like, not even the last episode, you don't get anything about him.
Did he become the school president? Yes, he did.
No, like, yes, but, like, what's his...
Why is he British? Where is his parents? Is he just a Scootaloo? Or what is happening?
Is he a Scootaloo?
A Scootaloo.
You know, we don't know the parents, we don't know the background, and he's quite tiny for an Earth pony.
Well, they said he just moved there from
Trottingham.
I'm like, it's Nottingham, but horsey. Trottingham.
Yeah.
Yes. But horsey.
Scandinavia.
Yeah, so we at least know where he's from and that he moved there. Whether he moved with his parents or not wasn't established. I sure as heck hope so. But then we do have a Scootaloo, so then, you know, you never know.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, I would like Drinking Buddy is saying that he would like to see an episode where there's a friendship problem and the map is calling Sikora home.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like in the comics.
Like Who's Toast season 10 comics. Who's Toast.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you haven't read them, go read them. They're awesome.
Especially the latest one, which totally isn't playing into my bias at all.
Yeah, you know. And then it's like, you know, I want to know more, but at the same time, I want to know about the other countries as well, but I want to know more.
I forgot, did I answer this question before too? I keep forgetting.
I think I asked. I don't remember the answer, but I know I asked you. So I will ask you and Sweetie Bloom again, just because I can. Haha. Double episode. Go.
Oh wait, I think I did, because didn't I answer like bat ponies? Like I wanted like something.
Oh my gosh, that'd be awesome.
Or did I answer that for an No, wait, I think I answered that for if you could make an episode. I would have done with bat ponies, but if I could make a double episode about bat ponies, I would totally do that.
Well,
they never got an episode.
Considering what they're talking about now with the
traveling
Gen 5.
Number 5, yeah, Gen 5. Hopefully, we'll get that. Because they did say that it was going to take place in the same world, but exploring it.
Final Sight also says that he would like to see Cadence and Shining Armor centric episode before Flurry Heart was born. He wanted to see some Alicorn pregnancy shenanigans. Oh boy. Are you sure you want to see that? Oh boy. What about you,
I have
sweetie?
a feeling the way the writers would handle that is they would focus on Shining Armor going through stuff and like to heck with Cadence.
Yeah.
I don't know, like it was something that kind of annoyed me when we saw them after the birth, is like Shining Armor looked worse than Cadence did, and that sort of annoyed me.
Like, I know she's an alicorn, but...
Yeah, like, you never actually heard anything about her, like, taking care of Flurry Heart. You see her enjoying time with Flurry Heart, but like, the only one who actually shows any wear and tear or even mentions taking care of her is Shining.
Well, yeah, but because I mean, directly after the birth. Like, he's talking about how stressful it is on him. And he even talks about, like, oh, it's bad because the birthing was so long. And then we see Cadence, and her hair is barely ruffled.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just like, really? She went through that long of a birth, and only to have people freak out when the baby came out, and she looks great because she's a princess and she can't have a single hair out of place no matter what she's been through.
Right. No, yeah, and like I said, like but even then, it's like I don't remember Cadence ever mentioning anything about doing anything for her. Like, I'm sure it happened, it's implied, but it's also like Johnny's the only one directly mentioning that he ever like did stuff.
Yeah, because he's the one complaining about it.
Well, yeah, but that's still a thing of like that still intrigues me more because Common complained about Cadence. As much as I love her domain, like there's a part of me that wanted her to be better because I'm like, oh, love is like a really interesting domain, and I kind of like that. I'm kind of all about that. But then it's all like, oh, she doesn't really do much except look pretty. Oh, and then Shining is like, okay, sure, he loses to literally every boss monster he comes into contact with, but he's amazing in slice of life episodes because you actually see him be a bit like a comic nerd or like a geeky older brother. It's like, oh, there is more to him than just losing to the monster to establish the threat. And he's into comics, and he apparently likes D&D.
Yep.
Yes.
And I was like, that's cool. What does Cadence do? I look pretty.
And she likes and she gets bored. Because her life is perfect.
Yeah, because she's an adrenaline junkie.
So perfect, yeah.
Just like Silver Quill says.
Yeah, Silver's canon on that.
Yeah. Silver Quill has a headcanon that I totally support. That Cadence is an adrenaline junkie.
I'd be down for that, yeah.
Sure. So, sweetie, are you gonna tell us what your double episode would be?
Darn, secretly hoping you'd forget about me.
Excuse you?
We wouldn't do that.
No.
We don't forget about fandom, mama.
I don't know. I don't have an answer.
What would you like
although
to
if
see?
If I can steal ideas that are being covered in the comics, I do love what they're covering in the comics right now. Like more cheese pie, please. I know that Weird Al is expensive, but still.
Curious, were there any ships that you thought of that did not make it into canon?
Me?
That you wanted.
That you wanted?
Yeah, there were quite a few. So way back in the day, someone asked me like who I would ship the main six with. Ironically, Pinkie is the one that I was actually, and this was like between maybe seasons 2 and 3, but Pinkie Pie is the one I was actually most accurate about. Because I was like, I don't think we've met Pinkie Pie's, waifu, but he would be something like this, and I basically described Cheese Sandwich.
Yay!
Right.
So she was the one I was most on. I was a Fluttermac shipper.
Ah.
Really?
Yeah,
not a Marble Mac.
I was a Fluttermac shipper turned Marble Mac when Marble came onto the scene.
Yeah. Remember, she's been in the fandom. Yeah, you've been in the fandom a lot longer than Marble has been in the show.
This is true.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so back in the day, there was no Marble, so I had Fluttershy. And then Marble came on the scene, and I was like, I ship it.
I approve.
Right.
It's like, and ship. It's like, and I think I had like a existential crisis about it. I was like, I'm so sorry to abandon my OTP, but Marble Mac.
Well, I mean, who says he can only have one?
Depends if
show,
they are.
Apparently.
Depends if they are. What's it called?
I don't.
Monocon.
Butterfly.
I don't know if the show's progressive enough to cover polyamory quite yet.
Not yet.
We'll get there eventually.
Not yet. Soon.
Soon, but not yet. Let's see, what are the ones? So one that was interesting, that made me laugh really hard, was that way back in the day, I shipped Twilight Sparkle and Star Swirl the Bearded.
Oh,
because because the only thing we knew about Star Swirl was that he had basically figured out time magic. And so I imagined that he was going to basically show up in the show one day because he'd figured out time travel, and like he and Twilight would have he would actually be a really nice mentor, but she would be so flustered about proving herself to him, and he'd tease her a little bit, and that was my
right.
And so that was my thing. I'm like, yes, I shipped Twilight and Star Swirl the Bearded. So when he showed up in the show, she was like fangirling all over him. I'm like, I can't deal with this right now.
When you're still right, it hurts.
What exactly? I'm like, don't make it canon. That would really freak me out.
But sadly, he ended up being Swirl the Bearded jerk.
He was a bit of a jerk. Yeah. So that was one thing. I'm like, oh, he was a stuffy mentor, not like because I saw him as more of a playful teasing type of mentor of like, oh, like she'd get really self-conscious every time he'd correct her and stuff like that. That was what I was seeing. Instead, he was just the bearded jerk.
Yeah.
Boo. Yeah, let's see. Applejack I shipped with Caramel.
Yeah.
Okay. Wasn't that the one who turned trans?
Yeah, sort of. It was basically it was a pony design that showed up a lot in the background. The particular one that I'm shipping her with is the one who quote unquote lost the grass seeds in
yes.
Because I just saw, and because he was so sad that he let Applejack down.
Yeah,
that he let her down. And so I see this ship of this completely incompetent guy who's messing things up all the time and making things hard on Applejack, but he is really trying really hard.
Ow.
And that was what I was singing.
Ow. Ow, that hurt
Caramel?
me. That hurt
Caramel
me.
is the yellowish brown apple.
Yeah, it's got
family.
he's a yellow coat, he's got brown hair.
And he got the three blue horseshoes as cutie mark.
Yes.
Oh, that was during the Apple family. Was that the Raise This Barn episode?
No, the one I'm thinking
no,
of
before that.
Winter wrap up.
Winter wrap up. Yeah, in Winter wrap up, he loses the grass seed. So way back in the day.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's why I don't immediately remember this. Okay.
Yeah. All of these are like my season 2 ships, basically.
Go for the old ships here. I see.
Yeah, these are the old ships. All the old ships. And who did I? Rainbow Dash I shipped with Soren.
Yay.
Not Soren. I'm sorry, Spitfire.
Okay, yeah. That's
Same
fair.
ship, just lesbian.
Yeah.
I'm okay with this.
Right? I was just like, I just see her, getting together with a mentor,
Mm-hmm.
Someone who can foster her dreams and things like that. But yeah. But yeah, those were my old school OTPs.
So curious, since the only one we really didn't see have a partner with is Rarity.
Ooh.
Who would you have shipped her with?
Ben.
Oh, I forgot Rarity. Rarity I shipped with Fancy Pants.
Yay!
That is completely fair.
Yeah, he turned into a bit more of a stuffy douchebag throughout the seasons, but when he first showed up, like he was the one who really he was a gentleman. He really liked her honesty. He was all like, no, I like it. You're not trying to suck up to me like everybody else. You're being genuine.
Unless he was playing the long game.
I don't think so. I don't know. I saw it as
he's either a brilliant mastermind or genuinely a good person, and I'm not sure which.
I see him as a genuinely good person.
Who are we talking about again?
Fancy Pants.
From,
Fancy Pants.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have found it fascinating if he suddenly no, the reason why he was being nice to her was because he did know who he was, and he was one of those who had inside information and knew she was actually a really big person. Because at that point they had already saved Equestria twice, and the fact that no one recognized that was a little bit suspicious in my head.
Yeah, what was it, season 8 or something? Oh, look, it's an alicorn!
Mm-hmm.
No, or better yet, people are still giving Twilight disses in why am I forgetting this place? What was Manhattan? Trying to call a cab, and then someone just cuts her off because there's a line, and it's doesn't even acknowledge that she is a princess, and it's does no one read
recognize
the news
this?
or recognize one of your sovereign leaders? Okay, if this was Celestia, you would be bowing.
Yep. Exactly.
Right.
So.
Yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to know what the shipping queen thought of it.
Yeah, those were my original ships. I got very much an armada throughout the years. I did end up jumping on most of the canon ships. I will say, I think probably the canon ship that was revealed in the finale that I was least a fan of was actually probably Apple Dash.
Really?
Well, just because I never really liked shipping the main 6 with each other, because I liked the idea that the main 6 were all equally friends.
Yeah.
And that none of them were closer to each other than others. And so, basically, the only way I would have shipped the main 6 was to have a main 6 polyamory, right? But having, a couple was okay, so you've got these 2 that are closer to each other than they are to the rest of the main 6, and to me, that kind of ate away at the whole friendship is magic thing. If friendship is magic, but also sometimes friendship with benefits is magic,
I mean, it's still friendship.
Oh, okay, hey, yay, hey.
Sorry.
It's okay.
But yeah, I wasn't a fan of. I accepted it. I was just oh, okay.
Yeah.
Everything else was all right. I ship it.
Yeah, I don't have a crown, but I have a party hat. You're welcome, Sweetie Bloom.
Huzzah!
Also, I am surrounded by tiny Fallout people.
I am being backed up by a tiny AntonyC, and
I've
Chris has
noticed.
befriended a butterfly.
I've noticed he's gotten smaller and smaller.
I wish to be the evil genius instead of petting my cat, I shall pet my tiny Antony.
And then
Antony
switches.
Man, you're living the dream.
Oh, and then Antony switches between his own voice and the Baron voice.
I want to see this acted out in real life, and it'd be particularly funny because I think Antony is at least a foot taller than Lucy.
So, no, he totally is.
Sounds like I bet you.
Yeah, I
no,
also...
he totally is. He's giant.
Yeah, I also wanted to ask, like, where did that New Year's special scatter away? I was looking forward to the, oh, hey, Baron, no, 2020 was way worse than you, so, it's good.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been such an epic short video. Okay, we have a question from Snowy Motorcycle again. Question for everybody. Milo, did you ship any people you shipped Princess Celestia or Princess Luna with?
Nah, because it's not really their thing. Like, I did like the idea of what was his name? Oh my god. I know it was really big in the fandom. Yeah. Sombra, and there's this huge thing that the Wilsonator was part of.
Oh, I
that
remember...
they made this operatic pony heavy metal thing. No, it was Luna and Sombra, and it just fit so amazingly well. It was just gorgeous.
I think I vaguely remember this, if it's the thing I'm thinking about.
I highly recommend everyone go check it out, just because it's gorgeous.
Yeah, to me, I read the comic about an alternate dimension where there was a nice King Sombra, and he and Celestia became like, oh my gosh, so cute couple.
Aww.
But it had, I'm not going to spoil anything, but it's a very good story. But I
remember that one.
I think I will look up the one with Sombra and Luna as well, since that also sound like very adorable.
Yeah, I can send it to you.
Thank you.
Oh, can you send it to me too? Because I might not have seen it.
I am absolutely obsessed with it. I will send it to all of you. I have no problem with it.
Yeah, please. I've only heard of... this is going to sound weird, so I'm just going to mention it and go no further. I've heard them shipped with each other.
Nice.
No further on this topic.
Go for it.
No incest shipping. Go away.
Yeah. The only time I accept that is maybe an Oron, but that's an exception.
That's fair. 100% fair. Uran High School Host
Club.
Oh, that's why I didn't get it. Okay.
Yeah, we still need to watch that.
Yes, we do.
Yes,
I need to show you Psychopath at some point.
Oh, I can't. Oh, yeah, you need to corrupt him. He would love
corrupt him.
I'm working on it.
I mean, I'll put it like this. Someone in the compare me to an anime character thing had me listed. I think it was Rose. Rose or Blissey pinned me as both twins.
As the twins, yes.
As the twins. Well, particularly, I think you'd be a Hikaru.
That's fair.
Particularly, more than a Kaoru. Well, I don't know. I guess you could be a Kaoru, too.
Kaoru just doesn't want to be left alone. Yeah. That works very well with his character.
Yeah, actually, I take it back. You'd be more of a Kaoru. Yeah.
Yeah, I am a puppy with separation anxiety. That is how I'll define myself.
Confused.
Yeah, gosh.
Confused.
No, I'll put it like this. And in return, Dusky, the thing I have to show you is I need to show you Psychopaths at some point.
Is that Dusky safe?
It is, because it's one of those things where I've never met a better villain in anime. Like, you really like this guy, and even then you have to even debate if he's even a villain. But I remember you said you like that, and he's, well, okay, it's not like NSFW Dark, it's just, he is, I'll put it like this. I am not in any way a criminal, I'll start that out, but he is me. It's like if a serial killer was inspired by Aeon. That is the villain of the series.
Fair.
Me as an athletic Japanese serial killer with white hair.
Huh. Well, we got a question about reformed changelings. I'm just going to say I actually did like the design, and I like that they are now able to produce their own need for love, so they start eating other stuff because they want to. I think that's very nice. But the question is technically for Sweetie Bloom, but I'm going to extend it to everyone. But Sweetie Bloom first.
I like them. The design had to grow on me, I'll admit. I wasn't big on it at first, but I think it was... Whenever we go to the changeling, land and the changeling country, it's a little much. But whenever there's like an odd changeling here or there, they actually look really nice. I think it's when there's a lot of them and they're so technicolored and like my eyes hurt. But when they're more integrated, it's like, yeah, I like their design, I like the concept, and yeah, I'm for it. What do you think, Dusk? You're not partial to changelings in any way.
I'm absolutely not partial to changelings in any way, shape, or form. Of which there are many. I will admit I'm slightly biased because I do find feeding on love is beneficial. So
she feeds on me every day.
This is true.
I consent to this. Anyway.
As long as there's consent, who cares if you're feeding off someone's love, right?
I feed on yours too, so it's only fair.
Moving on. Thank you.
that wasn't an SFW. I just want to point out.
No.
Just a little bit of innuendo, it's fine.
Yeah. Basically, love is a feeding force, both giving and receiving. So the idea that this culture just feeds on them without giving and then learns to give, I think is very helpful, because you do meet people like that in real life, and this gives you something in order to understand their psyche.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yes, it was a manipulated psyche, but moving past that bit.
Right.
I mean, technically, friends feed off each other all the time, and that's, again, fairly normal.
I mean, you can recontextualize all relationships, even positive relationships, to be like that. And I'm not saying that it's like an edgy negative thing. I just mean in a general, you can think of it that way. Shrug.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, those are my thoughts.
Okay.
So, what are your thoughts about the new changeling design, Ayan?
I kind of like that they had a slight change of form, even if I kind of agree with Sweetie Bloom, is that it's kind of loud if there's a lot of them. The only thing I would really tweak about it is maybe desaturate it a little bit to be more like if they just, if they had more like pony colors, like I'd be more fine with that, but some of them are very loud.
Well, they are based off basically scarabs, which can be loud.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, I'm sure, but like it's also like I can also draw a picture of a ton of scarabs without, and you still get that they're scarabs without making them loud, if you know what I mean. Kind of like how I can sit in my room and play Call of Duty and a flashbang goes off, but I'm not actually deaf, which is what they would do.
Mm.
Or like if you were to take a picture of a whole bunch of scarabs, that would still kind of hurt your eyes, whereas like one of them wouldn't. One of them is like, oh, it's so beautiful because the bright colors are in contrast to everything around it. Mm-hmm. Whereas there's a lot of bright colors, more like my eyeballs.
Basically, what keepers do as a defense mechanism.
But yeah, basically, if I was gonna like draw those scarabs, though, I'm not gonna draw it in a really obnoxious color, even if that is realistic. I would still get the point across that these are scarabs, but I would still like do that because they could have written any color rules for changelings. And just like all I'm saying is I probably would have just tweaked it a bit to be more like at the same saturation as like pony color.
Mm.
Because you can still have them be colored, that's fine. But other than that, I actually appreciated them attempting to have or rebuild a culture because totalitarian monarchy, you don't have a culture. Oh, but you got rid of the dictator. Now you can have a culture. Let's sing carols.
Carols.
Oh yeah, that was super adorable. I was even with how cute that is.
No, like believe it or not, Ocellus was actually one of my top favorite of the student 6 because she was so cute, especially when she was describing like the changeling idea of, we didn't really have heart swarming. You guys kind of gave that to us, but it's okay. You gave us instructions. They follow them in their own obtuse way, and I love that.
And what I also love is it, to me, because I'm obsessed with holidays, and what I loved about it is it was so cute and so wholesome, and legitimately what happens with traditions is that people will misinterpret them and sort of butcher them and then make kind of their own traditions, which are different entirely, but also just as valid.
Yeah, it's like if anyone knows like the story behind like the symbols of like Santa Claus, like like the modern Santa Claus is like some weird hodgepodge of oh, he's Odin, but then the Catholics got him and didn't like him, but the Catholics couldn't get rid of him. So actually, he's a saint. He's actually Saint Nick.
Also Coca-Cola.
Also Coca-Cola.
Yes, and he loves Coca-Cola.
Oh boy.
I don't know if I've ever told this story, as I do like this story, of my poor dad. So when I was growing up, I was always given the culture that Santa Claus is Saint Nicholas. I was always told that is who he is. He's Saint Nicholas. I never separated the characters. And I was told that the reason he wore red and white was because he was a bishop in his lifetime. And so he wore red to show that he was a bishop. Many years later, when I got older, I learned that no, he wears red and white because of Coca-Cola, right? And then I go to my dad, and I'm like, remember when you used to tell me that he wore red and white because he was a bishop and not because of Coca-Cola? And my dad goes, what? My dad genuinely believed that was why Santa Claus wore red and white, was to associate him with the bishop Saint Nicholas, and did not know that it was.
I mean,
I traumatized my own father.
I mean, like, if you tell someone, like, hey, this is a religious figure, and you're like, oh, wait, bishops wear red, it seems like it just goes together intuitively.
Exactly.
So
it totally made sense to the point. I didn't realize I broke my own father's childhood.
Yeah, and then you look even further in the past, and you find out, oh, he's actually pagan. It's just they couldn't make them stop liking him, so they just said, actually, he is a saint. Actually,
yes, but like, I don't know. Sometimes I think Americans over saturate how important Santa Claus is, because honestly, he's not. He is not that important. Like, everyone's like, how does Santa Claus get around the world? America's pretty much only one of the few countries he needs to cover, because in a lot of other countries, other things give you presents. The wise men give you presents. Like, or there are other like figures that give you presents other than Saint Nicholas. Saint Nicholas is not as worldwide as America would have you believe.
Well, the other thing too is, and he's also like a childhood figure. So when you grow up, you're supposed to like, you kind of lose that. You keep it up for the kids. But the other thing too is that Christmas isn't even the most important Christian holiday symbolism-wise. That would be from I'm not speaking for all the denominations, but it's usually Easter is the important one. I was just having this conversation with Bliss earlier because because this came up. If I recall correct, Hanukkah also isn't the most important Jewish holiday. It's actually Yom Kippur, right?
That is correct. The one that no one knows about.
No, I knew about that because I knew about it because I used to grow up with a lot of Jewish friends because I was in the Northeast, and there's a lot of Jewish people in the Northeast.
Yep.
So we kept that in mind because
there's a lot of pagan traditions in Christmas. Don't get me wrong.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was going to say like. Because many denominations don't know when he was born. Like if you're Orthodox, it's January 6th is Christmas.
That's the Feast of the Epiphany. That's when the wise men show up, which is a very different thing. Everyone always tells the tale of the nativity. The wise men show up on the same day Jesus is born, but in the tradition, they show up 12 days later. Technically, Jesus was circumcised before the wise men showed up. And it was at that point that they went. So that's what January 6th is. That's the Feast of the Epiphany. That's why the 12 Days of Christmas, the song The 12 Days of Christmas, is actually the Christmas season. The liturgical Christmas season starts December 25th, and that's the first day of Christmas, and goes until January 6th, the day of the Epiphany, the 12th day of Christmas.
So Epiphany is his bris milah, right?
Basically.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I only knew that because of a calendar.
Yeah, no, that's the
some calendars. Yeah, because some calendars will list that for whatever reason they say Orthodox Christmas.
I think Eastern Orthodox might celebrate it then.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm talking about. Eastern Orthodox.
Yeah, but the whole Christmas season is those 12 days. Like the January 6th would be the end of the Christmas season, and after the Christmas season, there's ordinary time.
Yeah, in paganism, we also have that with Yule. It's not one day; it is a season of roughly that long too.
Exactly, and that's the thing. That's going from Yule as well, because it's far more likely that Jesus was born in spring.
Yep.
Particularly probably April 15th, because if you recall in the story, he was tax season. It was tax season. That's why he had to leave. What's tax season now? April 15th. probably a day we got from the Romans, where the Roman Empire had their tax day at around the same time of year. It was far more likely that Jesus was born in spring than he was in winter. But the pagans had this winter holiday, and if we want to convert the pagans, the best way to do that is to absorb their culture into ours. So we're just going to culturally appropriate and say, no, Jesus was totally born in the winter. Don't question it.
Yeah, no, exactly, because the date December 25th was taken from two pagan sun gods, Horus and Mithras, were born on the 25th of December.
Yeah, it has zero relevance to Christianity. Yep.
Yep.
But we stole it, dang it, because we want those pagans for ourselves. Those juicy, juicy pagans.
Because they had better food, wasn't it?
I mean, probably.
Yeah, I had to read, similar to the Santa Claus thing, I actually read that one of the original goddesses that I paid a lot of honor to was a goddess, an Irish goddess called the Morrigan, but it was one of those, we can't get rid of the worship of this goddess because too popular, and it's unpopular when we tell them to stop. And then they're like, actually, she was saint all along. She is Saint Bridget.
Or like, or a lot of things they did, like with St. Patrick, for instance. It's like, oh, it's not that this monster from your old lore doesn't exist. It's that St. Patrick purified him and he was destroyed, and that's why he doesn't exist anymore. Yes.
But I find funny
let's go with that.
No, I got like two different answers for Odin too, because aside from the Santa Claus thing, there were two. One of them said, "Oh, they might have disguised some of the myths in Saint Martin, but that was a local thing." Then the other one was, "It is illegal to say his name in Germany, at least in when they took over Germany before the Reformation. It was actually illegal to say the word Wednesday for a time, because to say Wednesday was to say Odin's name."
Interesting.
And because there was a brief time where they were more terrified of Odin than Satan for whatever reason. I forgot the reason why, but they did not want you to say his name. So you had to call Wednesday Mittag or Middle Day.
Or Hump Day, as we call it now.
Yes.
Not going there too easy.
Yeah, no, I was thinking that.
Yes, I know we all are.
Quietly restrained ourselves. As civilized people do.
Poor Chris.
Well, we've officially traumatized our host. I think our work is done.
Well done. Congratulations.
Yes. I do think I have to go soon to eat dinner, though.
That's fair. So do I.
Mm-hmm.
So I will see you later. Chris, thank you so much for letting us basically invade.
Yes.
was fun to have your help. We can end the stream, and hopefully when all of you are done eating, I hope you get something to eat as well, Sweetie Bloom. And hopefully...
You too, Chris.
Yeah.
You too.
I will get some night snacks. And
hey Odin, Merry Christmas. Leave meat and cookies out for him at night.
I don't know. You leave meat out. I don't pretend it's going to be there in the morning.
Can you imagine the poor guy flying on that much mead?
Well,
no wonder he switched to milk.
Well, then again, if it's really Odin that comes to visit you, like he does in Norway, he is not going to get drunk, but he's going to be very happy.
Yep. There's the jolly man.
Yeah.
There you go. I mean, that's why his belly.
No, Odin is a skinny tall guy. He's very skinny. Ironically, he's not chubby.
Odin's Christmas wish is to not be a twiglet anymore. He wishes to go to the Church of Gaines.
But yeah,
all right.
Maybe, hopefully I will see all of you when you have eaten something, and we can play some Among Us in maybe an hour or so.
We were going to do a movie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
I mean, I hope you enjoy your Among Us. Murder well. Enjoy.
Oh, boy. Yeah, it's not many... I usually have to have a break after playing Imposter because of my mental state. I don't take it well. Oh yeah, we have one last question. Do you think... I think this is for everyone. Do you guys think that the villains like Queen Chrysalis, Lord Tyrek, and Cozy Glow will return in Generation 5? Or...
I kind of hope not.
Yeah, same here.
Because I feel like they kind of already did everything they could do with them, because what would they do now? It's like, oh, we're gonna conquer it again. And it's you can do something new. I'm pretty sure they could.
One would hope, but again, because
I know they took some villains from the earlier generations, but that was like a callback.
Yeah,
which would be. I feel like Generation 4 was not long ago enough for that to be retro.
It would be interesting. It would be interesting if like someone walks past the garden and the statue's there, like just as a callback. But like I would think that would be all that they would be able to do with it.
Yeah.
Because we kind of already seen all that these guys can do, and we've already seen them at their worst. So it's like, where do you go after you've already stuck them at the top?
Yeah.
But I'd love to get more into like shadow ponies, bat ponies.
Yes,
the
please.
cool ones.
Yeah, more Kirins would also be nice.
Yes,
absolutely.
Kirins. That's my favorite episode. Actually, is a Kirin tale.
All right, I gotta get going.
Yeah.
Have a good night, guys.
You too.
Thank you again, Chris.
Yeah, everybody say your goodbyes.
Your goodbyes.
Your goodbyes.
I love you all. Goodbye.
Oh my gosh. Okay, everybody, thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for asking questions. Stay safe, stay brownie, and stay kind. Bye.
Bye.